Don't see a body, Mamma, Yamamunina, Yamwaka, Badwam TV. Badwam Jumade, so na, and there ye de Cassiane Brown, Sia Bray, Fisaha, a election headquarters, ye Pahon, and to my Hunsam Yinano, yet a bebro, Fisabre, Cosissa, non do a bebo Timono, Aquacopium war or Brassport, being so Yawahasia, Yenina, Yakambum, a power election headquarters, and home to mana fee. Yabato sadi ebribia ye no edema mama ni gie mama ni sono sa pepepe na ye du soi ye hwe sadi kase ni mu nsam no etie ensam ne tomu adwabi ya wo betie nie na ye pani a wono na da Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association se ene wo mu ba be pagya wo mu ewo enkokonye nuane animu aka de se be ya de ye krabo my Ghana mu no ebetimi aba fomo ye de honsam ni nchire mu no ebebro Yababwa Yansan for Fromunia Koboko, Mensino, Emu, and then show why a dene. Teach you near Quia 4 year or do go no by a son to was Pebrady, and a young grower or crass, and some no name sending an pay, Medebro Adom TV, Badwam Cassie, or Shame Live or Facebook /Adom TV Extra, Go TV channel 119, DSTV 280, Uko YouTube, I will search here, Adom TV Tube, Yoho, Medidi Fia, Amankwa, Tamaklu. Afia ni DMT said and something chimo ankasa etie. Penny kwanchefo a enkamantami mu wono na hwe enkokonyen enkabomuko mechire Accra Poultry Farmers Association ora Isaac Awuza nene wo se adwumakuo no enche wono mo ba be ma wo muso na fei enuane a wode ema enkokonom ne ade womo benya dodo pa na de ya na ye krade ba no ebeba fom na womo yesa de wenso wonwel anisuade hunu se ebeboa amanyuma nso akonanim oni Adom TV kase enedi nkomoyi ya da radiasi every say enche bia ebebie ya adwumanum nyame adom ya nya fund bia ya nya 50 metric tons machine enche bia afimu ebe hyase na sesi adada na ye abeka ho na ma ya dwuma no emu tre so ye befa amanfo bebre ntini nyina ka ho a ye da nyame ase e wa afi mu mprempre amanfo bebre epe aduane ni bi ato na nsen kra bi mu firi Burkina Faso mu firi Gambia e ba so meto aduane kwa enso ye nto even though edini e Greater Accra no ye aduane bi ko Western region e bi ko Ashanti region e bi ko Eastern region nanso entumi nduro bebre nti se 50 metric tons e be ka ho eno na ye di produce nkokọ aduane no ebe maduane ebe produce no ebe dọọso ne anya bi ama ye members anya bi ama omukra omunye members ewo Ghana fa nyina
President Emma Jumakuo no Kwame Enim Somua enso edi tudwa se womo bekoso ade nkyekere ama womo adwumafo na womo asan ama womo ntitiye se ne adwuma womo eye no womo etimi akọ nanim
emra no ye training Emma de edikan ye adwumayefo no de tuso mienu ye training Emma ye farmers empo farm hands ankran na eni omo ye adwuma no ye training ma omo se de be ya omo behu ye fra bibi best practices ewo enkokonye no mu no efise ye ntimi tena titimremu no emfa nye enedai adwuma eno nti emre bia no ye impuntuo ni nimdia eba poultry industry no mu ye kyerɛkyerɛ ye members no ho akwan se de be ya omo so betimi ehu ene ma pa omo beye ama omo adwuma no atumpon
Ekuafo ya womo ewo kuka ekrom ewo boko mensimo ewo apa East Mantam ni mo se neidie womo no baye na ehye fi se peno aba no aye nyina ye hunu no womo de edi twam tinsuo no a womo de gugu no baye no so no ni nyina awe womo srempanifo se nkebe ya womo meboa womo na dam no womo anya dodo wo ho na se ko wura pabremu yeti seye mu a womo de senso no agugu no baye no so na asodo so kama ama ye nso yenya biedia Oni Adom TV kase ne disa enkomoyi
sisia no aha ajima a ye wo aha no eye gene jima ntos ensuo no ho asem eye den ensuo no kura na eye den eche nina se ensuo no wo ha na nka ebetima ye jima no nina wa hu sase de e ka no ensuo nti na ye ntimi anye gene no enkamo eko hanom no so ensuo no so ho asem e ka ho di nsuo nti na yeyere ya ntimi anje ejima no
Ekuafo isan kato aso se tomatoes a wodua e wo no mkrom ho no box ba ku bia ebo na ba form aba bedu Ghana sika no wo ha na isan se ebo no aba form nti adefo a woni wono mu ye adwuma no wontumi ntua wonka isen to de ato aban ene Ghana fo nyina ne mu se wonto tomatoes enfri Ghana ekuafo se ne se wo bekra bi efri Burkina Faso
ne bo no de sese ya ne bo no last time no I am say one man ne bo no be say ba ko bi 400 Ghana cedis sese ya ne ba ko 100 Ghana cedis ba ko se kwale daka ba ko yani hano yani daka kasi ne kwale okay kwale ne 100 cedis ne bo no nye aban on hwehwe ne omon ja buruchi na ko no ne on boya ha nye sa de hano ya bre on se kwa de faso ne ya hwehwe nsuo ne buta ko bu yen ayi nto so afi ye ne kwa sisi ya ba ko 100 season ye be ye ndai no wetuma bua wo
afumantam ni mu pani a wono na hwe ngumasua so ye Lucy ama Ankra wode ato nkronkro ahodo mpanifo nyina anim aban ne bona ne homoden de ye na afamu de e wo ngumasua mu nkro no nso ye wo mu chefa se ye nso ye betumi aye de kakra bi a ye beye e de aboa ma schools ahodo a wo ye mansin ye nkropon ahodo mu agina ne naso no ma me Lucy ama Ankra e de to ye animu se ye nya ne sa
Lucy ama Ankra eya hafomantamu panyin kwankyerefo a wo hwe adesua ho nsem so wode ato nkru ahodo nyina anim se wono mommoa se de beya hawo ani akwansidi ahodo a ewo schools a wonum nkru ni mu no wo betumi aboa abra won nananom ahemfo awofo adesuafo ene GS adwumayefo edi nhyiamu ewo ntotoro so ena wo kire mu se nkura ahodo a schools ewo mu no wonom wasade se wo behwe na akwansidie bi ewo honom no wonom so aye wonom fam die aboa wonom wo kire mu a ankura ensori ahodo adwumakuo ene afoforo ahodo bebree a ewo nkrom ho no wo betumi aka won ho abomu na wode akade ye betumi aboa ma de kire ene adesua konkan aboa schools ahodo ne sanse aban nko a entumi nye wosan kato aso se sedie nkuro bi ewo manyimu wonom emmoa ema wonom schools enkonkan wo manyimu no ha adwene pa ne kasa yemu no wokire mu a aban ene awofo ya wonom ma ewo sa schools mu ho no enye wonom nko a asede se wonom wa kwansidie bi a wonom ne sese wo hwe no woka ho asem.
Fortunately, this does not often happen in Ghana. Some communities members distance themselves from the affairs of the local schools. They expect only parents of students and the government to do everything. The only time those people visit the school is when they are seeking admission for their children. Beyond this, they have nothing to do with the school.
Dunkwa hene okufro bo ben nuakon ya wotoso miensa wo apa Dentra East mensimu o mfimfin mantemo da mampani na nado dankwa akufu ado ase senne wo mra hye bedwani ya wo apa Dentra East Dr. Festus Awua Kofi wapa ono se trofo abedi akire ya onhwe employment ene labor relations so
ya preache MPP ene wo nyina wo MPP nankese no apa Dentra East and West. Omunyina womato aba ma MPP sa. Nti sa wo chade na se da bia ye che ne esisu. Da bia ye che ne esisu a. Ti na idea so ama ye bia. Wo mu se I near to the full time there. Aben na suso onya de ab oyama ye da na se. Se wakaye. Se apa Dentra East. Yesusu ye wo. Nti na mi ada wo manso wasanso so ade epani na kwakoto labor ano
dunkwa ohene esan so de to manfo a wonum ewo mansini ne honum nyina animu se
de meka che o manfo nyina ne se ya ma obi gina bro bi a se domo o honum amoa no a ontimi nye adwuma bi a eso adwuma bi a ye bi a wo hia moa akonya na metiso se mempanimfo yi nta machi a sajumadi amedi mintimin nti saa na sese yensusu ye boa no ye de mpaibota na chi se de be ya dwumadi bi a opeso ye bia obitimi asom na ono so aye na timi aboa oman no na dunkwa de nchaman no so yenso yenya nkunimidie franka
Dwamtenani dema NDC amanyoko Yowura Johnson sedu enketia. Dene wode to Western North mantam ni mu enim se wo musa mampani Nana Adom Kwakufuado se adenti na asoafo no a wapa wo mu emu ba kokoro ani ho a wo free Western North mantam ni mu emu nsam eni
Akufuado na bebo mo misa no se no na ba se wi ha ebeka se o create Western North no amamu development yes I no obeka ye na oche ni minister fo a wa amamu bie enti ajimfo na beba be mu development no ha amamu enti mesamo oba da mo beti se MPP fo eye rally bia mo twa question number 1 say dan now say Ote region ami anya development na nipa ebe fa wo so na wo di development na aba no o chicha no so wa ma ebi
Samson ahi eyemra shebedwani ewo sehwibodi wono so di tuja se
20 na lido aba bodia aba ka chere na bodi here ene o mani na se bodi to ibe so kwan o de ma contractor form yensa enti enche ombagu kota afribodi akota ibe so ena na bodi here ore le dom omobo musem ema na na kofodo ebesine because the player photo I also do body kwano so omobaye kota wa enchi kura omungubi
Eguso aye NDC amanyoko no ensemu a yekwa apa West Achim abato mpesua no so wopoye mantam ne mu ne ho ena wode peace and unity walk ahwehwe so a watu din anidaso walk na wombota nyina ene se eye polling stations ahodo constituency mu ne de wombedi sunkunim e wafi abato
Akufuado leadership for the past 7 years on the Badwam and Fasudi be umbrella Ghana for Ebobo now at the 11th hour or the 9th hour who go be well 5-0. Oh yeah, changes out say number 3 Hemebo number 9, number 9 Hemebo number 4, number 2 Hemebo number 7. You have changed nothing. Ghana for expecting from Momo and it's all about downsize the government. President Mahama said, "You will need elections, sir. He will downsize the government size from over close to 100 ministers to 50 ministers." Dr. Baumia or Yemampeni Abediachi, or the HDB, and so say, also downsize. Why is it that Akufuado don't mean downsize the government? Hey, uselessness. We shouldn't even discuss it. The mood of the country today, the pressure, people are dying out of pressure.
Manodra ehwe ni mu kwan se obegina ndisi amanyoko ni dinimu na wa pray Upper West Achim abato mpesua mra shebedwa akunya no ono so di tudwa se omampanyin dada Dramani Mahama 24-hour policy a wode abetudwa no eyade a eba abeboa pa
Honorable Dra Ebe Obama emebu no eye the youth ewo adeso ene ne mpatemu hanom se wo hwa adwuma kurom ha adwuma ni ha na ye ba se ye ba be siesie kuro no afa adwuma ama youth no yankopon chaade a ye papa nso so ede na agenda abetudwa se oba be run 24-hour economy ama ye na ye ba te kakrakati kuro mu ha adane white elephant die ye mfa boni ade said ni se adeso man ede ye mba power next year ye ne kura ni first constituency aye be di kan run 24 hours no
Dr. Ni Francisca Saliamwa enene wode afutuo ne kokobo Ghana dihye bia ne tichu ne obia ya na ba wadwem se kawano adrowu anahye wo ho akonfuwo no wode afutuo amasafo ne nyina se ni bi se koso ewo somu a hwe na mpanimfo bi se bia sori mpanimfo asofo awofo abata mpanimfo bi ewo community ni mu no ene won mu eni nkomo na san nkomo no mfiri wakomam na yie entoyie emu nsamoni adom kase etwaso
Bibi eha obi a in terms of suicide prevention na enwo se wotena ho eye nwanwa sa uba out na oni obi akasa obi abetimi aboa wo enwo se wotena wo na akaka wano edu na kwhye ho ankonfo esan se bibi ekoso ababom obi afa bibi mo obi afa ade bi a eye mu ba se obeku ho esan se o fa nneɛma bi a ɛyɛ mo ade biara ɛwɔ solution ade biara ɛwɔ moa nti mesrɛ sɛ the moment a wadwen bɛyɛ wo sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ woyɛ bibi no mepaacho wo hyɛ dem apia bonten wo wa bonten so a bomodien na nya obi na ene ne nkasa obenya moa wo nya bebia ene ne nkasa ko sorry ene osofo enkasa ntime ne osofo nkasa ene obi a wo hwe obetimi aboa wo enkasa because ni papa bebre ene ewo Ghana man mu.
Very Reverend Father Emmanuel Gosu, a parish priest, our dad St. Paul Catholic Asafonano. Ono so fa sa akwanya no so etu Ghana fo ene mpanyinfo a wo man mu nyina efo se omomodin ase asumdue wo man mu no obebo ho ban wo bra o man eboaboa ne ho ato aba wa afimpinu ene edunu nan mu
enyo bia ena ye ni papa onam wiase asori dem kura no enyo bia oba sorry ena ode adwen pa ba nti bebia ye nam bia no awie wo anopa wo anadwo obi ahwe ne ho yie na yankasa so sese ye de niema e de asumdue beba o man mu sabri a ye besisi ho ato aba no sese penifo ene ye nyina ye hwe kasa mu yie tene be ya ohawa aba amanfo so ena mabato ene amamu nsam no ebi maye so na ebi to ye ahena ye ko
Bayanto Adom TV Badwam kase no so na ye mungra yensam foforo emu a enipa besa 20,000 ya womo ewo mfimfin mantemu ma ne mabunu ene womo a won edi demo eka ho bi ne wo benya mfasode free Ghana Enterprise Agency training ya wode emma womo na ye shawasene na bibi kakra bi a obenya bi abetimi de aye adwuma bi a eso mfaso no be bebre ehun sam kaye ene se de koye na Adom TV kase pie ho etwaso
Ehunse da bosume na ne kakrani asusompidie bi ba na first school teacher for wo ni bi kobo ya minimum kire wo mu eno no nanu mu jetu ya ho etu ho anamo afei we ni we kobo bora akroja for no na ntokwa ene sa asusompidie no na asabi kade croatia onsa sana nanu mu hwe kro no ebebem bia ye papa modia na boni nso ba eno so ya odia abroni kan say access and liability aninti se oyeme bi koso na nya asese na nanu etu wanamo enti ene police commander division edin komo yene assembly maame Faustina Misa ene Dr. Boachi Adom so edin komo wo mu nyina de adwenkyere ba se enana ebe ni den ene adia dibia onipa na ye na owo nso a ubehunu afasumdue ho na yenyina to nyumkro se ye pese afimu abatu afi ochiranko na obi afa asamfia weso ene asembi na watikoti asa yeyem enunti omonso je pene di omone dese police commander division ene municipal ekabom ma ese omo amra ni peace work ene obia nya no wonti ase
nananom mpanimfo ya wonomo ewo dumase eye oboase is mansin mu asantemantem mu nso aye peace walk afa mountain kuro no so ekoko wie mu ewo oboase ETS na ni nyina ne se asumdue ene wo mo bo eho dahuro na asumdue nso no wo mo hia bra ye ben bra ye to aba wie no eho da ubo ene ode aye nante wo kuro no ma Adom kase etwaso
Ekuyo no afato no ho se baabi a yetete ye asofo no kane na ye mema nkoa na kwa asofodi ene so kwan abemu a ema etimi ko enti se de omusisi school no ya nye baabi a mama ena ya bota ene se ye pese emfirishi aduonu mu edan a ema no kwa wo mu benya adamu no ye ba modin na yesi amayofo no so meka che se wo mu se enipa en wo mo ba bedi ye so na wo ye basabasa na esi wo man mu na nipa no sa ho anso na ba bedi.
Very Reverend Dr. Joseph Oteng ene kojina Anglican Bishop wa Kumasi Diocese anemu ewodwumadi na se wode ato ema animu se wonom enhye won kununum ne wo ma na wontwe won ho emfiri basabasa ye ho na wo momodian se baabi a obegina bia no obeka asumdwe ho nsem se de be ya ne a esie ewa amaya hoduo bi so ya mamanfo abrabo asese no ebi ensi ewo man mu.
Ti me stress ma yewo omayimu afia ye betu abei ma no mo modin se mana montio be ya na montio papa de den koso ni yidi aba obe matimi so obe mu na oye ne dia ope ndi mesre bebre se yen hwe ni yi na eko bia ensie ndi yentu yema mrantie no yentu wonfo yentu yakru no mfo se obia nka se ekomra ekoba emwaye wo kwa bia so
fachaye se yamo yo boasi east mensino na nanom ne mpanimfo work no a womo edehye so no nemom de wokotie ye futuo no kokobo a ye de ma amonyofo se ne womo a enibie mobrofo misiane nyanka ene womo a eyare ena ewoso womo ni eku womo ho ye to abonfa safo ni si wani so na bibia nwiedie minyina no so na Adom TV Badwam kase na hana brema kwan na no pay me de asia seda ya ode a womre no wada age a wodi tie kase na fei na dwumadie no ne mpomponso no akra no eba na agudie mu nsam ebeba na ewie a shanonson say election headquarters ye pa hontoma na mahunu dwumadie sie ni so no niema hodo a ye beye ye boa ye ho akwakoto aba no team no ewo obra sport ye bekoma kolanso ebi wo ho tie na ye pa ho entoma no ye platforms ni nyina Adom FM asempa ni hira enam so social media handles ubowura mu ba bia nso a ubenya ye nti so ubenya ho kwan so a ukọ obra sporta na ne wonso akotie nsama hodo mpanifo e kan ye nche nti mu afidie no nkoso a enna ha medidi afia amankwa tamaklo mi kwedie happy birthday enkoma mi junior sister mami K na menya okese kuzi so obeye kese owo Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology or a final year student mami yami shraw onye okese kuzi so obeye kese yakwana agudie mu nsem atwaso wakwa babiem Adom TV Badwam na ocean or higher election headquarters kokromoti power na ye pa honto manti eno ana ya hyase safe na odo afidie no atoho news no ye wie na ne team no nyina na kopie mu ewo obra sport ho ene ye pa ho entoma ye ne mpanifo ahodo ebedi nkomo na fe abakosama ahodo ewo abato mu nso ye de amamo na wo election year yi mu nso no ne ma ba kumienu bia multimedia adwumakuo ye beye na ye de asom ya dehye ye tiefo ne ya hwefo nso ne nyina no ebre no so a obeti ne nyina ebinti ne nya pa election headquarters ho entoma na wonim se ya ye ready ama afi abato de esra ne se awrade mabbo no ene na basa no beye kese ewo ye nso munim de multimedia adwumakuo ye ewo memo eba no nsentwere no emu anti sa pepepe ena afi nso awrade adom mpanifo ahyehye no se beye ne afi de no ede ne ma ahodo bi besusomu a ebetumi aboa fi se ya to abache afi bia ne de esie nti afi etwa mu mfie nan a etwa mu no ne ma ahodo be ne course from Sabra no aba bepem ne 2024 yenso no enema ben na akoso na enema ben na wose ye de boa ewo yabato no hihye mu nti ne enemdifo ewo abato mu nso ebetena se ne yedi eho enkomo yabakokọ miamia hodo bi nso ne yakwakoje honom nso enkomo ahodo efi honom eba nti enne no dwumadie no yahyehyɛ de amamenu mie no ebi ana wo kɔ adwuma wobetumi ahwɛ live on Facebook/Adom TV extra. So when you check any one the ultimate join here wo baby obedro bia no say go TV na wo nso a o search Adom TV ye 119 and I say DSTV nso a 280 o YouTube nso a obetimi ahwe live e wo ho Adom TV tube e ho nyina no ye wo ho medidi afia amankwa tamaklo ma memfa do bonkrata no kakra ya beka yensen nei no me mobobo ani so no mfama onti emre no super pepper ni crossover akọ obra sport team no one more aye cradon so ewo ho dada Ghanaian Times the bokrata no eno na no pay me de ehase na ye ma me esla usu ekufo ya communications minister ono na mfonyi deni mu ha o kasai na government.ghana.gov revenue platform I ho ene de gigiska hodo no ni ade no o abono homodene since I introduce year 2020 bepem 4 years ni no sika won manya free ho 210 billion Ghana cedis abono homoden ama prepare enso akoso ewo ho sika bi nkofo bi nsem ne bedru ha na so atene sa ne ma no nyabre wo Ghanaian time the bokrata no emomu nto so no ubenya ede afri mu na me ba page 4 bebe share potholes ahodo ewo enkran mensi yi mu nso yesi yetwa sika 150 million Ghana cedis ede ama contractors say akwan no a etutututuo enom ni ade no yemfa mpeche honum nyina nti ho asem okọ page 4 Ghanaian time the bokrata no so ede aba ewo animo ho na wo page 3 Ghanaian time the bokrata na animo so o Netco probes 3000 illegal meters in Sunyani to crack down on perpetrators. There's any pebiafa quite be so and one more illegal connection for meters beer like emphasis system nimuna a kaba yet mere tria safoni no one more one more say 3000 ye be ye womu and shishimwara what some see a war wale mobile money vendor and in pabako kwamkafu ku because of security. No ya rehoso mesiye ewo wale honsam Ghanaian time the bokrata no de aba anopain delegate the bokrata no so any public sector abadwuma ye form what denne from January no ya toma katwem ya pege mo homunchemu aduonum yensa 23% nti no so ho asem delegate the bokrata no kwasi kwenin bosompem controller and accountant general no and the sansam no so ababeto edwa ehonsam ewani mo hai na Valsday no unim de Ghana Post for so one more year free so buy so say ko for betena so obo o yen sakraye bebre na ne unya telegraphy do bokrata na niam ahodo bi a one more year ye no eno so de ni mo ha say ya yama mpani na do dan kwa akufo ado pay 3 eno so wode ababa beto eha mobile interoperability ho ehhye o pushie se bibiman yenso yede yebeye sade no na aye one central obia de ne de sikasemu de erfa ha eno ehun so ensam eno no na pharmacy council so declare war ebimo unlicensed practitioners safo ni nyina won de wani eba besi won so mame fancy here afisa agudie mu nsam aye crado Professor UK Wallace aye crado wo Brasport election headquarters here pa ho to maintain the sports no ye de free ho eba Wallace ote yenka yentio
Brasport and can't tell Pima, Nessenka, and Futrumuna Ultramani, Abaneti, Abu Gadata, Hakama, LBP out in Sampa, Nika, and any Adom TV, and Yede Adom 106.3 FM, a Sampa 94.7 FM. Yabe Pima no prayer, Yaden Commode, I near Yenny Demno, Ebrewa Abontin, Tikacha Busian for now for Yere Oma or Fast for Nanam, Ukrumwani on Brafo in Asa Jim, or Brasport and Cantite, Biano. Ana yede enedwumedie no so etia brɛ within the prof UK Wallace nyame nkwana menam Eric Esedu bodin so ha yede awokense sempa ebi adwumedie nyina no amawo sena niama ebesi akoba hye no so mame sɛ nwumako beseme samadama wo na boys kadwete me na no pɛi yede nkomo no etimi agya kama pa na kingdom o madama o de kingdom heba eno tata hye no anaba wo mo ewo kingdom jensen power capsules edo ememedru o modern adason sabetia ka betia boa bobo adwuma best don hwero ha na echi na still ogusu gina na so elbo adwuma sanso ana yasade kingdom adro ba ko a eno so elbo adwuma pa so eseja bo modern ada se onsa ebetimi aka ema na dro no so bia no so betia boa se white fita odepo aka ne diocese na echiwa prapreche yifri ho na maniama etia toto ye edema one kingdom emo mpunimpu ebetia hwaboa emo apomodon sem so niama etia to ye edi amount ye kanu na mesabo amane se wohwem ene se na setanity a kingdom e the kingdom real home estate so etia ba edan papa se we krachini wabre omodia ni wagana ha na opedan pa etia to umpese one langas na asefo benya problem dia kingdom home estate edan papa omdia ben kopebito na emwa emaniama etime koye mfama wo kropon asa obu aketemdu ani etime sa kyem e late hye so no ma on sabeti aka Kingdom Home Estate na afwa pesa dan pai bi etime asa to na Kingdom Home Estate ne ni kan se odu ani kyerɛ ma kache a wo mo ewo enhyehye bibre ho Safari Resort eben ho Motive First eben ho ana afen so kwa no odu ani kyerɛ eye tete kwashi Memorial Hospital eno so eben ho nkane ani gina so ana afen bambɔ ho sem security ayire mu pampen a te sɛ onya sa dan bi to a ebetia boa emaniama etia tutu yi e de ama we mu ene sponsors a wo mo ta akyire aboa men na no pay yɛde nkomo so etimi egyaw game park games e de chacha so kwa ba na boys dia age na nyansam ketwa kra e ba tro from 1 to 39 select numbers na esa wutumi sampa game park games wo mo hyehyɛ mo de aba no e boa emaniama etia koye Adom TV so no anopa na afeya kataba so ne anwumre yɛde do no etia tentam so na boa emaniama etia koye e de ma amanfo ade omo jimi timsraw ozofa ho jim na sesa sika dwetwe wonsam e game park games and I'm the eagerly anticipated pick one game no etia ba arrival with the bank omodi ada so do bejim na moa emaniama etia tuto ye emfama wo mu ene sponsors ne mu etotoro to ne etwetwetwa wo mu ta kira aboa men na no penso yɛde nkomo no so etimi egyaw eriko ha yɛbɛhyɛ ase na yɛde nkomo no abro afiam no ne na afia boa sa de awrafie na afo sena niama esi ekɔ ere bibia bɔkɔ de
bibia fine
bibia come on na de brass sports ye gina mu
of course brass sports they have been and if weekend the Barca they are now the various leagues across Europe and you better na ya bo mo wa manone asane ya bafie be sha see the EPL and Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool why Nigeria league this season over the weekend Chelsea and Manchester City that they pem so we no bia actually nyonko ka back Arsenal every day the game so na Liverpool and so ebo edi eguma na only other results e course so e wo EPL ni mo no yemon na yemfa emro. Right, eti Kumase akopie mu Ababaya Sports Stadium e ho na de Jake Foka ba so kotoko na achi nsoateman aya ne ho adwuma sa no yefo ne konsem fufu
nyame dia na no fieda anampemfo bo dwadata edna ye yo ho hyehyɛ etime sa tentam so Ghana Football Association President Kurt Edwin SimonOkraku ekopie mu ho
to the Black Stars and played 9 games and scored twice. I remember the day he scored twice, playing alongside the captain of the team, the Baby Jet. So clearly, he was somebody who would have served Ghana for long, but for the fact that he went through that period of challenge, and obviously his life was eventually curtailed, nobody can replace the loss of a life. And when it is that the person is so close to you, that's when you really feel the importance of the demise of the soul. So Ghana football has lost a big talent, somebody perhaps who could have scored loads of goals for our national team. At the moment he's gone, and in this trying moment we stand shoulder to shoulder with the wife, the rest of the family who is left behind, and his church members who have stood day and night with him in those periods, and we believe that just as they have placed their trust in the Almighty God, they will continue to stand firm in the Lord and offer the immediate family the needed support they so desire. I know that when one loses life, most often there are challenges in the family. This one is not an exception, and I believe that everybody who is in the family will keep a cool head. And
na former blaster player na yeyo no etime to dwane piem no and out say Ghana Football Association President Kurt Edwin SimonOkraku wode ne komo eja.
colleagues to hit the streets to demonstrate, to also put out a few issues they feel are not helping in the development of football. We have taken it in good stride. Yesterday, the president of the FA instructed the general secretary to respond to the petition officially and also put measures in place or make arrangements for a formal meeting with the conveners of the
that's great. You like that, don't you? We've always that they will respond and there will be a formal meeting.
That's the best practice, of course.
Yes, that's what the president instructed the general secretary. It's very important to take feedback. It's very important to take feedback. You cannot say that you are working in isolation, especially when the media is a key, or a major stakeholder in the development of football. So none of us at the FA is against the decision of Sadiq and my colleagues to hit the streets to demonstrate, to also put out a few issues they feel are not helping in the development of football. We have taken it in good stride. Yesterday, the president of the FA instructed the general secretary to respond to the petition officially and also put measures in place or make arrangements for a formal meeting with the conveners of the
that's great. You like that, don't you? We've always that they will respond and there will be a formal meeting.
That's the best practice, of course.
Yes, that's what the president instructed the general secretary to do.
Kwaba and then so do Badwam TV Badwam health tips so now what you from any now what you way ye babedin komo afa malnutrition identity or ha ono a betire mu adekro e common pa ba ne din na de na nye wonta ante but e yade e wo ye ho ni nyina afa ye num ne ye sen e ho me de asede ma endpoint homeopathic clinic na daroma enenen so yenya kwan ene tene babedi enkomo ene yare bi ha wadwe yenko endpoint or prostate no or check ya ma free ne number no 0244867068 midi efia amankwa tamaklo ene minuaba Augustina Mensa Afram wo ye dental therapist ena enen so yasa boawura ne demo a oba be kire ade edino esumam kakra tigi so no mana kwaba oba me mu akwaba
idase
na watwe mo si edi nkoma afade ho
pacho na watwe mi si ye kasafa malocclusion
pacho nti eno ye de ani de de pa
ni di na de yare ne so ye de e ka malocclusion a ewo dentistry mu no sei na nyame aboye se yesi no enti brofum no we no ye friend occlusion se wo se no exiswa ne hyehye etie no ena ye occlusion ena se eba medical mo e ka se bibi ye mala e negative nti e negative occlusion occlusion bia enti se de nyame ye no yen ye friend normal occlusion nti ni tintin ni tietia normal occlusion mu nyina no negative occlusion
so se camera na e capture de sa
nti se obie woni
occlusion no de battery ni ma esen e fam so ana
enye esen e fam so kwa esen bia enhihye yie se de we no hu se moles no esi so pepepe primoles no bia ni nua no e wo ho ina nyame aye animu ni se kwan kakra bi beda ho se de be ya pese won fa nti ade pese won fa nka bibia obetumi de aka obi so wo ho a ne se no kasi so a we no eni ho sa space we ni ho betimi dia card nti obi o beti pure water ji so de ba ni moles na primoles no e na ebeti obi so ka ni sinisi so a e ha no tokro na ekwan e da ho obi so no sini ebi wa animu ebi wa akire nti sa enema ni nyina no e na ye frɛ no malocclusion
okay nti me sin e de
Pacho ti wo se no se sia na mi di meni hwe ne de occlusion ye okay ba eno ni ye animu de no nko a bi e be pododo mu no na spaces e wo ho eno so betimi aba because bi yo ha na ono ni space no ambeda animu aba beda echire nti mi hwe esin animu nko a na ye mfa njeje e ya hwe esin nyina sa na e de ajeje
nti na wo say wo bekọ dentist ho no wa check ya ma so wo
na ye tufu say o wa akola no nya 6 months esin mi ni pie ya start every 6 months biya fa ne ko nti se occlusion na start se esa ye hu ne ntem na ya correct ama na se ye hu ne ntem na odinyini a na eka no aye kese
oh nti e common amunya bi
very common common na nipa bebre obi but omupo mu nim se ati se esimugire obi o ho si ni eje da misim fefefe but ye wiase no defect but that stigma is a defect
sir ejire de nipa sim ye
ejire ni bitimi nyinia na e de sin ahye ho esim miensa na e de ahye ho
ejire mu manho
yeah
I see wow
nti malocclusion ni nyina no esin a enhihye se de obade eye no eno ane malocclusion
okay na se ne na wotwe me ho komo ni
na e ba be ka
ho de e de ba kwan be fa so be ba ye de wo
ebi yo ho
okay
ebi yo ho nti edru ekwan ye fa so e de ba na e be kire ni e de wo no
e na ebi won so e be fa wa ha
pa bebre na kasa kwa ni e be fa wa ha
okay ene ne yemfa unsi ha wadaroma na wotwe wa ma ho kwan de e beto so ho ye da se papa contact ne ye
pacho 0243 728542 0243 728542
timidofo na wotwe mo kan ye ho na de e common but ye hu de ehia se enyina yesua ho ade e bia de wa ye lucky menu mienu animo no ye hu but e bia dodomu no ehihye yi nti by the time e bedru fiada no wa hu se yesua ade nyabre ne ko sra o dentist ne ye hwese de wo se no eti emididi afia amankwa tamaklo ochina de pache ne ye wonkwa e be se hia
Election headquarters. So, a big launch of in 2024 election headquarters. Jumediana Air Bremo. Senator Akanomote, Professor Yeke Wallace, and Akijuan Ankasa, at the Agudiamun Sem Ebrem. We are seeing some Ewa Brassport. At the main program, no Etwa Muso. But in your say, and Yamin Kwana, CJ, Ewa Kriabuachua Adom, Ewa. Dr. Kwesi Ajeman and so I room Energy Media Abraham live from the Obra Sport. CJ Akwaba, let's say
Yanadum Obi.
Fantastic.
Bibi Akui. So I want to say Sani Edi Kain Yabo a team for Niashafuni and as you already mentioned, this is the big lunch. Your election headquarters over the years. The Abu Honsamane, and of course we are Sebana Bato Honsam dia. Aha. Ena ubinya dia ekoso bia enti ene no ye padwumadia hodo a afimu nyina no ye de ba besom ye for live from Obra Sport we be say why Obra Sport because aha ena o share dwumadia hodo a ye die no a ye listeners ye viewers aha ena dodo no ano wo mo ewo circle ha enti adwadifo ne other businesses ne ade a wo mo circle ha enti and this dwumadia enti ene ye hwe ene mu say utie yen wo radio so hwe utie so you can join us here Obra Sport and of course, we various social media handles, Facebook, Adom 6.3 FM, Asempa 94.7 FM, Adom TV, Insura 104.5 FM, and of course, adomonline.com. Into your channels,
fantastic. It is a Obra Sport, more cycle, no? The Kwame Nkrumah roundabout, our cycle. Kwame Nkrumah statue, no? You see her, where Cycle Dubai.
That's right.
Cycle Dubai. So when ha tiptoe lane just across the street. And on Ghana open mobile phones at ato. The popular Ghana Commercial Bank in Kane and the GCB one headquarters buildings ne bako yechi. This is the popular cycle munina munina honi ejina yiri Ebremo. Ekwia buachiwa Adom and so kan ekwia akwa ba that saying
yeah obi
super
boko
why fit
mo say ene nyina ehye baako eti obi a de ewu say kokromoti power no
that's right
eno ye di kan de kokromoti no ato ye nchen a ni nyina no ene ye ntade ehye yen ye bibia ye bia kasa atade ne ye kan say abatwo no a ye beto na fimpinu ene aduonu nan no kokromoti utumi no ene ye de eba eti obi ene bibia ye okay bana wo ka circle ha yaba wonim se yese ye de abatwo no ka constituencies miensa eti eni ejina no say yehwe circle ha say ya da ko animan okan kwe south obenya kakra ewo baabi na yefa protocol a omso benya kakra wo ha ansa na yaba ayawaso central omso de kakra wo eti constituencies no ye ka abato no ayeto na yegina center baabi ya ne ne wo ha ne esese omanfo hu kwan ye wo so fa so to aba wo nkoto aba ne keke se ma comedy kokromoti akoto aba reason ben na wugina so ato aba no enani nyina ye behu wo dwumadie emu.
It is said it's a back-to-back coverage. 2024 elections in the year start there with this grand launch live on Adom TV, Asempa FM, Adom FM, and Inshra FM. Kumasi adomonline.com and myjoyonline.com so I'll be to me actually. And then on all our social media platforms, Facebook, X, YouTube, I'll be to me actually. And join us with your thoughts, your comments, observations. Very, very important. I can say, man, or your editor, Adom Newsroom. I can say, about it saying, fired up for Elijah 2024. Charlie. Analysis in analysis. Yeah, one can say yes. And I feel the number be Rebecca one. A bit more moment to about on Betsias. Sure. Oboe Kotoba, Medamento. Didn't I say to about your big slow what you say. Uko to abano emfaswa ubenya. Uko to abano kwe emfaswa udi bua Ghana. Na kamime kebi amemu. According no sure house historically under the 392 constitution fourth republic. Amanyokoni nyinada MPP, NDC, CPP, PNC. Ombe demonstration aha. Eno nyina besia. Ansa no mato santi ne fa kuru. Inti aha demonstration impo de omo a 80 obete say heart of folk popular say war song the heart supporters be demonstration if you have almost about this year so we shall say the Ghana Police Service fully represented only provide security for the demonstrators any ends who are launch 20 just to add up to demonstration into who say hanakasa ya one historical antecedents to our elections into the air can say bring multimedia afie bia ne beto aba ye din se bebre e de mamu ye inform mu na de e am for the plan say ya to aba na wan na be din kuni wan na be din kuni bo wan na multimedia pie fi mu kuni no abegina ho e na wan dey say ye share 1 + 1 + 3 e ko ha so na yi si be perfect it feels so it na make say credibility is built over time it is your election headquarters are Bejidia Ajena and Juma over the years since year 2000. The first ever election projection. Electoral Commission so confirming the projections. And this year we promise you here the same thing Ebe Bremo. Election coverage means a lot to us, our multimedia group. In the election headquarters, headquarters for all elections, no. So election coverage number one, the we educate in the mechanical for a clear we educate and sensitize.
Let's say ye church, ye truthful, ye mawu baby abano, e wose otoko. He said, one say ye two aba wo mayimu a, obi ye tumi two aba, ye beka ye wie no, na e ma asay no. Obi a ogina ye se opre mampani dibre no, na eburo no ne ma onya ye hu sa aba kosem ni bebre. Eti se ye kire wo a ye ka se ye kire wo a, kwan ya befa so ato aba no. Die nyina so na wugina so ato aba no ne nyina ho nkyerɛkyerɛ no yɛbɛboa na yɛtie fo ne atɔ
wonim sɛ 2020 yɛto aba no bubu a ɛsɛ ne yɛ 303,313 that's true about was presidential nationwide enough to determine obi Sure. The next thing I hear here with the election coverage, we ensure social and political inclusion. And CJ, this would mean, say, edit them.
Yes.
Our free say, oh yeah, they are about to run some crowd. We make sure say monsono, more consens.
And of course, the various political parties, and so equal platform for all the political parties. I and Arjuna said there are two major political parties, but of course, the other smaller political parties, there must be an equal platform.
And I'm Soweto Junction, and I'm who billboard KCB. Papa, we also say National Liberation Movement. Elder, or the elder news was for president.
Elder Paul Paco
For president.
For president. No, say.
No, we didn't have
that. Miss Wadi who say, Yatu Aberia, Nabako for Wabery, and no affair Bibia, no and no betram. And now, near Wabe, so I tron or the signboard so and the billboard so, and what didn't photo at time home. And then, what the who can say, or more, I am just on Bako contemporary. Yes. And you have a room. Texting crying her. You will be a friend of Kwakofi. What's your Kwakofi?
For president, and
Kwakofi for president.
For president.
And some new forces, old forces, new movements, so Abba. And I say, Chabos, so can and one doctor, so what economist, so should be a
elder, so
elder soon. And then he said, Joy, I feel me names or Beba. Yeah, the Papa say, I don't say, Fibia. It's also being
social and political inclusion. Let's say South equal platform. Now Ubia Bekanasem. There's a program on Asempa FM and no Massa platform. The specific programs will be rolling out this year for elections 2024. About elections coverage or multimedia group, we provide platform for campaigns. In Tianono, party beer campaign, rally, the Ebekosu election will be there to cover back-to-back comprehensive coverage at the political parties. And yes, say a movement for change, say the new force, say my favorite party, the Liberal Party of Ghana, LP. And we will be there to cover for you. The next thing, and we do analysis, reviews, we engender discourses and projections. What the care can and I think one critical thing, and I may have built credibility over the years, your projections and tone found, and the Kai 2020. But do honor as about for who you're running figures in now say no, baby are air code, now okay, young cocker, and as the young train kaka, young cocker, and a young train, I return this is actually baby are calling here.
Yeah, the two dance and one I used to stamp it's not just a year 2 year book, a year you may na Ghana foot to me yeah, and son I easy about a force. It's yes, Ram said, a good now, about
and it's also because we are confident because we deploy journalists more than any other media company in Ghana across the country. Constituency is 275. We have reporters in each constituency. In fact, each polling station. But that means over 38,000 reporters and every day. But at least for each constituency there, and there are reporters too in each constituency across the country. The results they took sacrosanct. That's right. And we see projections that confident.
Right, Obi, I'm trying to also say figures are the two. And say a boy is same near the two. You a coalition center and a strong room, a multimedia strong room. You deploying conform one more results from various polling stations. Now and then easy to and this is what makes us your election headquarters.
The final thing I hear with our election coverage. We engage in post-election setting for peace. In Tiabatu, and especially for election like this, the stakes are somehow very high. In the rhetoric, air coso, the amount of for air, the amount for air, etimi, emma tensions, the coso katra. In duty as a responsible media house to make sure, say, after elections, in summer, amount for anyone, your videos, no one come should make sure, say, peace. Ultimately, what you want, Maya, was a cherish. Yentimi, you do media so Emma Eja Ghana. And we make sure that after elections, you're in coverage of swearing in, you're in coverage of declaration from the EC. Then you know a year towards peace. And I think we know I was saying can be found.
One say you to abana. The son of contention kosoro. You need na nanu absan kunya. Omo de omanu nsem ebetu dwan fast wu. You need asofu akukundam ebedi sa so. You need amanyofo no ankasa. Enso be kasa. Omo de omu nsem nyina abetu dwan. Eba ne sa Ghana fo nyina be hu se oh ya your mind back. Ye nyina so dwe ne ye pe embom hu kwan ne yenya se. Ya akoko ye yen kanfo na ye mfie na ye da ye de aso omsa. Intenya sikatwe enya maabo nti wo a wo se ba bia wo ba ye ojambo mu Adom multimedia ye be pa wo ntuma na ye ma police for so ati na bambo na djuma so no do me bia no so ye de beto amanfo ani ba bi wo na mfo mani hwe ya ye beto mo se mfo mani hwa mo ye ni se de nyina ye boa na o man wa dey etumpo akodani
obi kwasi kan no ade ba ko ehia ya multimedia ye kasa your election headquarters ye trashum ya yes that gatekeeping responsibility say ye wasudie say obi kasem na de ntokwa beba kura so baby obi gina aka no say ye ya nso amfa ama abonte an wonte eti ye de ne say woni papra asem a wo beka no wodi kan de tonsan yesu hu say asem ye tofam a eye asem ye ba abonte eye sa wo manyoni no a wo ka no so ye wadwen sa media meka mi nsu a yen wo de ba ye ho no mo a e wo se etumi si kwan enwo se ba abonten ye kipu enno no eto nchen se ne be ya emma mfa ho ye bia ma eti ade ba akoso a ye yadwen sa fi ye be ne se woni pa cross wo kasa hwe se me kasa me ka no eye kasa da nchen wo mu eye kasa etofam a ebe ma ntokwa aba eti sa wo ye wadwen sa media mi kobum ne be sinsi a wo de ba ye ho no mu a agenda na ye set no enya agenda se bra be ka ne wo pe wo ha e wo so ka ne be ma oman na sumye oman ni mpuntu atumi akoso eti woni pa cross also ne ye be ye adwuma this year political party bia also ne ye be ye adwuma dia wanumu asem wo ba wo de communicator bi ba no ahwe say nipa we okono okoka asem we beboa party no okoka asem e beboa oman no ni obebo ojamom de ene oba ye beyi no
won say obi etona bia ni afrai ye simple nya yes amanyofo nya na transi ankanka MPP NDC ana ba ya kwan ese school dan ye sisi ya bi wo beka mo nsem yesu multimedia ye be track Adom. Yes. You better try to feed me now. Say, we see mobile, we see school down here. You better check what you say. Pray no cry. Say you pray, you pray better to God. Send a bear one for the young nada. No more pray for the now warm. Moment. Part of prayer.
Very well. And part of any lunch, no me and Kai must say, yeah, you brass porter by a presenters nibi e Volta region. It be Ashanti region. Be our central region, northern region, and we'll be taking you across the country. Now you're far the air course in all of these regions. Yeah. I mean, Kaimun so say security is crucial about election, and kudos to the Ghana Police Service. Oshe omo presence massive. If there is any assurance I Ghana NBA here, say this year election, I will buy one sem I think this is where
I think we need to commend the Inspector General of Police for these signs or they say which say afiabato no wa fa the personal power about the Bible we can count on the Ghana Police Service to
remind you so say the election security team, you know, the police and a leading, the IGP is the chair of that committee. To show that leadership, no, with numbers I am very, very impressive, and we hope, sir, in December this year, no, we'll see even more. Say the police for record in the last 2-3 years is anything to go by. The by-elections are right. Security top notch. I mean, I was personally in Kumewu. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. I think we have to give them praise when it's due. And so far, the year said this year, all things being equal, no, security will be top notch. In the end, but the move Volta region, they are questioned the air cost to Volta region. The reporter, I Yaba, will take you through the election programs for 2024. One, the other. There were specific programs all the brands in the group ebeye obiya beyedi. And there were programs this were exclusive to Adom TV, it be exclusive to Adom FM, and it be exclusive to Asempa FM. And there were online products specially curated at Edebebre in Munsheni. In fact, if our team are ready for Volta Regional, Yen Famunko Volta, Namunshadi Ecoso.
So when you say about to a party, and the Nakokomoti Power, no multimedia, Yen, and I hear the elections headquarters. Adom TV, Adom FM, Asempa FM, Shira FM, and I think so all our other social media handles. Now, when you say if you have a banso, and I'm sure Adom, yes, share Ghana for a quarter by expectations, that is saying, if edify a media, ye home, edify my phone home, and I think so no, edify a year futua, I want them Ghana for you now, and who's some at saying, Adom say, and I say Adom TV, and never Bontia, Yenny Ghana for Babydin come up, someone say, and a piano, you go to a expectations at saying.
Medibeno dumefafa neva no ye nu forget the one of one ne dumefafa neva Ghana ne du ko mega senemu yo mi le fukpele Ghana pa
ewo abatwa e ba be komunu ma hu say tension wo krum obia pese ne amonyoko na odom no onwini. Okay, senior engineer ye expect say obia NDC beka say obe wini, MPP beka say obe wini. Omu nyina wini a eye Ghana na wini. Enti ye mpese se NDC wini a na ntokwasi ana se MPP wini a na ntokwasi ye mpenu sa because ye nyina ye baku se ntokwasi a even though emamu ye din kra at least ye cover se ntokwasi se sia ye nyina no ye bebre wo krum enti ye pese peace and rainy wo bebia abatu beko bia no obia endi emran so na on to me tu na ba na on to me tena senyen kan aba no obia o wini bia no ye nyina ye be celebrate abom na Ghana enko nanim.
Now what's very simple. We all advocate for peace. So my peace message to them is they should maintain the peace. Then especially the security people, we are praying for them that when they come, they should talk about peace. They shouldn't take money or make side with anybody so that they will create violence and tension in the town. So that when our peace is broken, the whole nation is broken, is that. So we plead with them very seriously, especially the IGP and his colleagues, that everybody that they want to send to a polling station on that D-Day, they should make sure that the person is very neutral. We don't expect any partisan security on that day so that they'll be siding with one side to cause tension or to create tension in the town. So we pray for peace. Everywhere, peace, peace, peace. Peace is our interest. Thank you.
Mahama na we na kuforo na we no ne nyina e Ghana asem tuturu ade pote ha ese omanu mu ye di dodo omanu mu ye di on be dada so mo ba bibia be yi na so mo bia ade ba kwa na ekoso enti e pa mo chopa pa mo cho mo bombori mai na mo hwe ni sanyama no
enti utie omo edidwa omo eye shankafo omo asabi omo adidem ena omo kira ade omo expectations come into the 2024 election yimu ena omo dato eye Adom TV ena fenso ye anim na omo kanyina na say expectations pa dey very high eno ntia my phone timi hwe say omo betimi aboa ama asumdwa timi afa ntuma pafra come the 2024 about yimu kai say election headquarters eye multimedia Adom TV, Adom FM, Asempa FM, Shira FM, and I think so all our social media handles. Kase multimedia de Kokomoti Power no, yen ena ekotayen. Midin do ade sheba owusuke job. Amanobonasi.
We were the mobile bra sport. The grand launch of election headquarters 2024. the Bremo, and Yamin Kwana Mewa, Chief Jerry Force, and Wai Kriab Watchway Adomoha, Akwesi Ajiman Ewa, Midio Say Bunsu. It is Nayabum live from a brass sport, and the launchy Bremo. And Volta region, any Demokoya, Mahudi, or Mamfu, and for more follow Ghana elections, the Muslims Volta region is very, very critical. For the simple reason, the stronghold the opposition NDC. And NDC a party of Mababa Muda and the Omuo opposition. I can see how critical is the Volta region for 2024.
MPP, NDC, a very critical moment. If you say it's since 1992, anytime we have about to MPP vote APC. Sure. Now NDC, when they cross 74%, they win the main election. In this particular year, one person will give Kulima, as I said, turnout in the Volta region should go to about 80% for the NDC. When it happens that way, then they can make very good impact. They can win. Same as MPP. So MPP, so now over 100,000, they can win.
Oh, wow. And one thing is, CJ, and some of my baby, even though Volta NDC stronghold, but you realize in 2020, NDC have more vote for Ashanti region than even Volta region. Yes. Should I let the NDC make change or strategy because of the numbers in Ashanti region? Because you see, you can comfortably say Ashanti cry NDC stronghold than even the Volta region. How will it play out in 2024?
Well, I think that after 2020 election, both major political parties have done serious underground works. Sure. And as to whether it's going to change anything within the dynamics, it's going to play out in the 2024 elections. Now will be how the NDC should approach this year's election. I think that the NDC, as we all know, has a stronghold in the Volta region. In the Ashanti region, if they want to make more inroads, it is going to largely depend on the message. Usha. Former President Mahama started in the concentration in our Ashanti region. And I believe that his message on 24-hour economy is working in the Ashanti region. And also based on in the Ashanti region, for instance, the KGTR market, and we the Trump card power, so they are campaigning in the Ashanti region. So by and large, between now and December 7th, both major political parties in the two world banks, the Volta region and in the Ashanti region.
But here, in the Usha Ashanti, for the first time in our history, MPP winning one seat, which is the OI seat.
Nice Volta now.
Volta. And I've heard people say a difficult seat for MPP to maintain, i.e., Honorable Amewu, even though it was on popular acclamation, when a contest here. But a difficult seat for him to maintain. Do you think so? And as officer say NPP is serious or what? They can still get more vote than even what they got in 2020.
Obi so share amanyofo no kwan omo fa so e de ye omo especially seat bi a say political party we enye omo dia but omo tumi age. Say party no mean say seat we ye person ye kitamu a wo dia wo ben say focus no be ko in terms of development. In terms of a near man, nipa work constituency one more share. And you send me a walking, say, honorable me would me release seats now. I will near Media, MPP, a man you could know a year with Volta region. What wife on whom you say, there be, even though say higher, NDC stronghold, party way, a buy and you will be strong. And a nimpa no so old Dinano sono, a come home, and I bet my release seats now. I'm a rule no really and on one or sign NPP a man you way, or be a crank or can on one echo. And I will share NDC a man you can so candidate or model county. But say a development NPP a man you puna ye do ho. And we may nip any piano or my year, here back or mobile adjusso. Because when it comes to say ministry appointments, and if they say, oh, the other should in it's a independent say, oh. Nipa no ya man post enu wo mu but development no se party no aye bibi wo ho ye betumi ama nipa na wo ho na ani aso na candidate no so okọ no ye nipa no o ma ni je ho a when say o betumi aye bibi e betumi ama omo sustain it
and also and I think the appointment is one if the NDC wants to spin and they can because the only minister from the region in this government and maybe the regional
minister.
I don't think there is any other Voltarian or any minister, deputy or substantive. I don't recollect.
Okay. It's nice I cut you, no.
I'm a woman regional minister, no. And that's something unless or any other person or minister or free voter.
The state agencies never knew the anchor.
In terms of substantive ministers and deputies, no. Regional minister.
But it depends on the Juma obey. And say, and this Yaman you could one say, or Monu say, voter region, dear, and they say attention, or men say, MPP Yaman you could 2 regions, and a boa to me elections, no, Eastern region, Ashanti region. It's ye focus, no, Yamura, the beer, Yam say, a young crop strong way. Or more from this year, when 2020, man almost on Benyano. Even though say bet me, I can more appreciate you know, or money on this when it's meant to but still, it was a parliamentary prime minister almost there be Ashanti region, yeah, 3 years, we are per se strategic. I said, can't do the secret or more conocrano, and you obey can on them working our constituency be. Let's say MPP and man you voter region or more my or my dreams on be around more. Sunny and this Yaman Yokone Yawa Ashanti region say, but they had the Yenin was here, yeah, Juna more, near to me and your sis, yet to me and your votes a free hano. Said I was almost here with voter region.
I think one thing is what this year, the year unique, they say in 2020 by this time, now you started to say, in Kofa, per se, a free voter region, be more person or more
Western Togoland. Yeah.
This year, say,
this year, we're free. Akwafu, Saudi, and one other
you know, sir, ECC, I already call Parliament amateur. Now that constituency has been created. The Guan constituency. In the event 276 constituencies this year. When him say NDC, you are candidate to all. Fred Agbenyo. MPP. Guan and soon will be a very, very interesting constituency. But unfortunately or unfortunately, no, and can Volta region, and can OT 20. All things being equal, no sure how a hot trend next now. It's likely Fred Agbenyo will be joining the next parliament. They're likely the NDC is likely to win. Yes, likely the NDC would win. It's voter region very, very critical. Of course, the airport will play a key role in the campaign. As to why still are vibrant, you know, in terms of flight call. Yet it's saying Africa World announces on a flight because I don't know if they still go there. Since we announcement, we need someone that's so equa. But that huge, you know, facility is still a white elephant, you know, another critical campaign issue for this year. Matisse Tamale, so your report or I crado. Tamale, for the simple reason, they say the capital of the northern region. And they call the northern part of Ghana. There are 5 regions. Instead of the 3 regions, I mean, you see, Akwakoye 5. But northern Akwakoye, like the centerpiece of all the regions. And are critical again because the candidates of the 2 leading parties are Northerners for the first time in our history. Very, very, very significant. In the Yemfamun Kwatamale, Niam Kosha, the Oman for Eka.
Ewa haha eye tamale atifran tem coupon emu na yedina ye kasei free and ya popem say ye behu de oye ye next president no this ahaya saka minia baako ewa hanomo wono no 4cb na wotonton bi me na twetwe nkomo ne emusa no de say de wo hu eniema tilima laba sabla tinye tumtuma maza bokalil ne laba sabla n'example election open manoku maye to ashezanpa election year ma kunya la wula sudo katebware te dagban opune beti election ma pune dama sudo nye ben shaka sudo yikane tanban nan da bil moma insha Allah tukuto nan da bil am punta ben shadin yan supporter be atan supporter so tibu bosu do titaba the election man on ven yala nta fitina yen yiseden titi bergele wahala beden titi wahala vote masa bezo manin yesham mun kamza mi ko votera election masa da yi page ka chante vote ka kula yan to doya after we declare ti amborso fine timini na wonum pira na wo yitizante so dile wole shintoane suma ko sahama kanye alheri dinne bana kuma shalin timbala okay yenui ne kasa wo kan united say e wasa abato no bibia ekoye say da be ade omo so hwehwe na omo sa ebetumi aka owura akwaba yenui okay ya hwe ye na hwe ni me expect the best part of the multimedia. In fact, I thought it would be a good election year. I two and I am here. As I say, election year, the Penny almost to say one necessary or moving election. But yeah, as you need been, and I say, Ghana for them. Yes, yes, you say, ye selected president, our Ghana. Name a Kwabana say, election of Koso, not until I say, Juma. Not I say, you're going to push on Mutu Abano. Ayekwa. A duho now feel say, when our penna, Coco Martina was on Fanya Juma. Name and hey, when as a winner, and I say, as Messin was a winning election. One now, crowd, or do say Jumano, electoral commissions, yes, Romo. Sebi, they need the Fatano, and as I hinted Fatano function. Na mama nka se bi omo favor obi aje obi ene na ya edu de bia na edesa asaka ha no ba no ye da sentie bra ya kan de nyina me ne mama nka se mse wo mama akwa Badom TV so ni ye nua okay 2024 ya mu na ewe no enche pi ni e kwa akoto aba e wo de na hwa nim se betumi ayama na bo okay bia me hwe nim se betumi ayama na bo se mbema bibia akọ bibia akọ su yie se ebia baby ntokwasi baby na ya femu a eno ane se mu be bantem na ma be hwe se bibia be koso tote e na afi so amuma police emu amu enyadin police no emu nyadin ene military cause empepi no ntokwasi mitai si se amu to meet and bi mu sika se amu kofa ballot box amu kofa we amu koyese nti no ema obi antie obi a ema obi a time no so a me no so a o sorry anopa we dware na akọ to aba na aba fie asumbe mu but media for no so so be hwe so ama bibia akoso ye e Ghana dia me enti mere de o say entokwa antimi ankoso a ebetime aboa enti my ne anu entweke enkomo na emusa no owura akwa Badom TV so oh de danyame ase okay say abato mu na ye koi ani so dia na wani da say ebesimesi oh there me need that to say on say nyina ye ye betuma no omo nyina omo fere serem for nti mi serem for say omo nya abotre nyame di ma say onu na ebe ohina omo fama no nti yam nya abotre na tuma de obekita because ya hun nana de okoso onu skra o ya de interchange asie na etna na ekasa no nti the bomper say na de on su be ba no no su ya de ma tamaifo na e business na e kwa nimsa because be bia ye tena ye business no ay interchange o hokura na entimi ngina kasa ba se a bibia e boko na ye business fine nti e kia na say omon ye wa de on su be ba no na ye ni agi cancer 2024 mu ene ewe maami akwa Badom TV so yeah minia okay yeah the media ndi hu nkomo kese no mimi nim say obia Ghana almost everyone has a television, almost everyone has a wireless in the house or a radio and when you go to the social media TikTok, WhatsApp, Facebook, I think more communication equals sensitization equals more ebeboa amasunje na ye ejuma wa Ghana ayene owura so entwetwe nkomo na ye musa no owura kwa Badom TV so ni meje so okay dia na o hwe say politicians no ebeye o hwe dia na afri omo okay dia me hwe afri omo ho ne say
obia betrɛtrɛ deɛ obetumi ayɛ ɛde aboa Ghana ɛni sɛ obia akɔhyehyɛ obi akyi kɔfefa metro men fo obia didi wɔn akyi ɛde wɔn ɛyɛ basabasa na mmom no obia nka ne obetumi ayɛ dɛ ayɛ because youth na aba na obia pɛ adwuma obia pɛ sɛ ne life no ɛkɔ n'anim nti wɔn nka nneɛma a ɛbɛboa youth no a ebetumi ama wɔn nneɛma wɔn life no mpuntu abam sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛde asomdwee dɛ ɛbɛbaba because obiara ho tie deɛ sɛ metoma wei a menya adwuma metoma wei a me life bɛyɛ yi a wɔnkɔyɛ basabasa
yɛn nyinaa nim sɛ NDC ne MPP ɔmo nyinaa candidates no mekyɛ presidential candidates no ɔmo nyinaa free ɛsoro ha nomɔ yɛwura John Dramani Mahama ɛna yɛwura Bawumia ɔmo nyinaa free ɛsoro ha nomɔ Ilyasu Abdul Rauf Dabre Adom
Ilyasu Abdul Rauf ne yɛte ne nka no live from Tamale ɔde deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ abɛnt wotumu sɛ yɛ clear ya ɛhwɛ nim 2024 elections and obi apɛ sɛ yɛto aba no ɛwɔ asomdwie mu akwasi for the first time 2 leading candidates from the northern part of Ghana critical
nika the obedi nkoni bia obey history sɛ owura Mahama edi nkoni no obey mampani a abakɔsɛm wɔ Ghana abaturo ni ɔno ne ɔmampani a no ɔte akonnwa so a odi nkubuo a wasan so obey obi anya bi da sɛ Bawumia nso etumi Dr. Bawumia etumi di nkoni mu a ɔno nso bɛyɛ abakɔsɛm sɛ the first time in the history of the MPP some of the candidates are first election will win.
Now we're winning. Yeah. And another first thing, so they say the first time a Muslim, not now.
A
Muslim, I be a leader of the NPP.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very, very critical. Yeah. But what that means, because historically in him said the northern belt, no, FOT NDC. Since the advent of Bawumia, even as running mate, no, we're making inroads in Kakan. In fact, say the three, northern region move into 3. Northern, northeast, and a savannah.
Savannah region.
So what do you mean saying a boom? Now share the number of seats at NPP kra in the 3 combined. NPP were more seats than the NDC. And how will 2024 play out? See now Bawumia is no longer a running mate. We are the flag bearer of the NPP. John Mahama, flag bearer of the NDC. Northern region will be critical.
Obi sani ewo kano Dr. Muhammad Bawumia as the running mate and as the vice imponua na odi o mine so no yenya bo ni din ya mampani na nado danko Akufo-Addo ne ko ye 2016 and then on make a time odi bedi ade so no
2012 2016
eba no wotimi se emma e free amentifido bababia nanka MPP amanyoko ni ntimi penetrate wo ho no emma bi aba be kan wotimi appreciate votes be every one more. Eti running mate impo.
If you don't really see the crap.
Nanko reneda. Eti as running mate kran be every one more ba. Eti na MPP amanyoko na yi ne say di amanyoko na nim and likely say bibi betumi every one more aba. Na wo hwe so a omo mienu kɔ northern region na sa wati ahemfo na wo ho no mo nkasa ye mu a baby a mampani dada John Dramani Mahama bedubi omo si he's your brother. Eye wunua na wo ne na ekɔ no. Eti ade bi a wo ye no, hu se oye wunua. Eti omo na afia ba na omo cho e wo northern region. Ye omo nim ne se ye nuanom ye ma e na ekɔ. Eti mi obebe bia ye ginamu. Ba se ye ba nipa no esomo a owo mu a udru northern region a betumi anya Christians ho betumi anya the traditional religion bi mo Buddhist ne woni aka ba ye nim se osomo a nipa ne dɔɔso wɔ hɔ ɛyɛ nkramosom Muslims ne dɔɔso wɔ hɔ and then obi ntumi nka sɛ ɔsom play part eti yɛhwɛ ne yɛbɛfiri hɔ aba because ebi so yɛ underground work religious wise no ebi hyɛ aseɛ yesu yɛ hia yɛ nipa yesu yɛ hia yɛ nipa ɛso sɛ wotie voice a ɔmo bobɔ yɛ ɔmanfoɔ ɛkasa a obi gyina baabi a yɛyɛ overhead ase footbridge na ɔmo Tamale deɛ no ɔse baabi a mi gyina yi ɛyɛ mampani na nado ɛna ɛyɛ eti obi ɔbɛbɛ biara so no we expecting sɛ ɔno so bɛyɛ bi aka wo na ɛsɛ apart from sɛ woyɛ kramuni apart from sɛ woyɛ kristoni no nipa no pɛ bibi foforɔ bi so ɛnɛ nea yɛabɔ yɛ ama wahu sɛ mpuntudwuma ka ho It is all yen so yen na ye free north into ye kwachem we free north our political party in the national then why ye for the people na wo northern region no it ni na be play part by yen say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia as the leader ya ne ODMPP amanyoko na animatu franka no ebema MPP to me appreciate vote from the northern region.
CJ,
right. My main say the voter of 2020 is not the same as the voter moving into 2024. Nipa no adwene mu abie. Ntina na ekwe aka no. Now it's not so much about oyemi nipa. Oyemi nipa oba ye den na wetumi. What do you have to show? Enti say say ofri etifidu mantemu eto nchen a they really want to see some tangibles. Bibia obetimi dey nsa so asoma si ba waye we and then obi share the parliamentary primaries no course no especially in the northern region. Any parliamentary candidates are yi omo to represent the various political parties. It goes to tell you say wama ni abre say both parties will maximize their vote. And especially in the MPP no o share omo gina in the just ended primaries candidates very key from strategic positions in government very interesting in the northern region in the 2024 election.
And I think one thing for the NDC would be not to lose or hold of the 5 northern regions for the NPP. And I say this because strongholds of both parties now. NPP strongholds are densely populated. In the Ashanti region, Eastern region, densely populated. Greater Accra is up for the taking. It's likely what happened in 2020 would happen again in 2024. The NDC would win. By a margin, The other swing regions,
Central region.
Central, Western, Bunu East, and Ahafo. And how no swing. And you are likely to win, even though we near margins no and what it means, they say Volta Oti and the North NDC strongholds, they have to maintain a hold of those regions. Because if they lose out on the 5 northern regions, now NPP to me maximizing in Ashanti and Eastern, it will be a difficult election for the NDC.
Because we share trends now.
Yes.
NDC from 92 has always won.
Absolutely.
It's only over there.
Yes.
But gradually,
the margins
shrink. And you know, be a medical say NDC person didn't put them on margins now, almost strong. It will go 80%. Yeah, yes. Same as MPP. Ashanti region is your strong, but 2020. NDC now over 600,000
votes.
Sure. Which means that NDC are more than who are Ashanti region. It is MPP person who didn't put him as a sum more than the cost of 80%.
Yes.
Same as Eastern region. So these are the dynamics that will play out in this year elections. What strategy ever work here? And a message is it shouldn't be across board. Every region beyond. Targeted retail campaign. They're a pump of us because it's young. The Ghanaian voter is sophisticated. Obisan will say, now we talk about Mao, now Kotan, and then I'm me. Acquiring school that would idea be as a top money. We are Papa over top money. Then we so to get to Banani or many Papa and no, and it will go about so. So these are some of the things that the two parties or some parties in Ketuan, Yen as a some Peja or as some more, so no many baby. Now Ghana for say, oh, you're prepared for, so almost quotida, echo for so I had without waiting, do not bring in a vote.
At least, you see, we've seen some seriousness from movement for change. At least initial signs don't look good. For the new force, yes, social media traction or more. But I have to say, on the ground, no more present and also another thing. The last time I'm in Bedia Kodin common, yes, he made the point, say, CCR or more offices in almost all the 16 regions. And because initially they wanted a political party, and they are still in the process, say, Omega license to run a political party. But as I know Ahmadiyya, he would go as an independent candidate. And they are making sure, say, visibility all over the country. And let's face it, in terms of a billboard campaign, it works.
Super,
I mean, to put up over 150 billboards across the country,
it's no joke.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
Visibility, but as to say, a man for the GDA, say, another thing. In terms of.
No, Nana, can say, say, and your billboards are seven. We see billboard now doing for you to sona pediaco crumutia, uncanche. Nana Kwame Bedia,
what the message?
And no, I may bass or say, message being the kitan or deba, Obi, only what granting interview. Dear, say, yen, Obo, MPP, a man you could now. Nano, Dr. Mamma Yakoye. Or say Galamsey, the mining policy, digitization, and then this year, man, you couldn't say 24-hour economy. And now, yes, we are there, Juma. Say, near Tibiano, near modern no. We are an Aquami Bedia interview, no. Then a doubt in say.
Okay. In an Aquami Bedia could say, or no region be a resource or number identify. Now the agro-based industries, no, or Matelano, according to resources that will be what kind about constitutional review? What kind about say or no as president own Triana Hoka?
This is the normal way Obi can be.
A normal.
A dear
President Bianca and
Obi, and that's Mampenina Nadu, and that's and then Mampenina Nadu no more. Obian country in the free senior school and say, you, send you. Obian say, a dear or de bayini. Oko NDC Amanyo Mampenida that John Dramani Mahama. Also, one year nipa de kaino, kwa kosi mampenida da joni jekunko for, and now man for that so can say free maternal health, or no nipa, just say or the baby, and near my baby or honomo. Basawoba, no be say constitutional amendment one and can be, Obia can be, and then you're okay, a basic one district, one factory. Obeka ya, we an interview no, or can we no be saying, say, na, and yet only 1D, 1F, MPP for I know, say, hey. The message, enti omu eba no nketenkete ne me pesa me kan nketenkete because obia wona ni so ade wu ma nipa no hu ani so ade wu because Ghana for ya bre NDC MPP third force no obia hwehwe se wo ba na wo message ni mu edu wo ba na wo ye wadwuma yie sane e wo sa wo ye no a wo betumi awura mu enne nanka papa kwesi MPP no da so ho a
into evidence of some level of seriousness from, say, the movement for change, for example. Because at least economic summit, and I think who say Omono, one thing Omudi changing narrative, some of the things they are doing, apart from works now, to push the GTP agenda, national economic summit. A national economic summit, almost Obia and Alan Bar studio, no, Mibusan, and I say, Obi. Me policies for Ghana in me the to all stakeholders and him say omo and go through me policy. The omo say enye no omo kan kire me. The omo say omo de be kan omo fa and I think they are doing something.
But Obi also can movement for change.
Yes.
Now share the stronghold of the NPP. No, na can say we shouldn't underestimate the movement for change. On the fortunes of the NPP in the Ashanti region. And now the great transformation plan now maybe digest it properly. Now you can say any campaign message. Transformation plan.
No, I think it's a solid document.
Yeah, a lot of
no doubt.
Documents no new woman, some new woman.
You have to promote.
Yes. Because what your people are when you
okay. I'm saying, TV, shot out who's the beautiful drone shot of the capital, Accra.
In way, cycle, maybe a cycle,
super.
baby Kwame Nkrumah statue no ejina e hu drone shot and hu TV no eso and mo share YouTube and Facebook no you would see it beautiful interview
yeah
and e ho abaye abo atwa Adom FTS krom na on your manfo akọ the ordinary everyday Ghanaian you are also adwin no efa elections in the year 2024 it ye better than ho abetel ye ba ekua will take us away or be in another areas around cycle na on your manfo edin komo ye ba ye be sen atena se na yato aso edin komo ahoho to nsafe won nyina aba enti ye ba mo beti won nka ye betisi a
Badwam so election headquarters and ne yapa ho antuma yeguso ye ho dwumadie no enti wahuno obi ABY afei kwasi adema opambo and afei CJ won mu nyina aye krado wo obra na yedikan akọ tamale akotie ho no mo enkomo efise NDC MPP one day to Franca nyina no efri esro ho enti yakọ voter region so yakọ ho ne yakọ akọhwe sede dynamics no so esitie ewo ho se yete ade awramo ewo nkran make say ABY ewo circle na fe abna poku anso akọkọpie mu ewo makola na mo amunim se akam brand ewo multimedia no ye de ne de ye wase ho no mo no asa wo mo a we bia wadwene na wo mo so wa abato no mo no safo no ene ye ne wo di nkomo adwadifo obia wo sefata bia nti ene ye pese eti obia asem ewo 2024 ya abato adi animu no kwan a wo fa so ato won so a wo hweme no akwanya no aba se wo se ye bia ye phone lines no na ba bia wo hweme free sabre yi enkomo a ye die fiti ahomache no abepem sabre yi nia wo begina so de ato waba ede enti kura na wo to waba wa hobo no ene sei ede na wo hwe animu se akandifu edidi parties nanimu no de wo betumi aye enti wo gire no so ato waba no ede ama no ede na wo person panimfo ye security for ede na won mo nye ye boaboa ye hu ede na wo mo nye electoral commission ede na wo person mo ye Mr. Freme baby awo bia na won so ye nye wo de ye wi a ye be cross over na yakọ ABY anasa bna poku aho wona ye krado bia no ne no madi nkomo medidi afia amankwa tamaklo numbers no ye 0302 211 701 702 703 0302 211 701 702 703 704 baby awo bia woteme nka na wo hwamia freme na fe won so kire wo kokromoti power enu ao se wo kokromoti nfa so wo so pa nti nya mistake no bi akote no ma kokromoti no wo ho na nyame ya adom a 7 December ehọ ne de kwa akokire tumi no ato am osmasi ana so benten de na wugina so ato aba no ama party A ana party B ana party C ana se de eno ho nkomo na ye die national so election headquarters ene ha munim ni ayetumi eye ya ye no mfie bebre yegusun so eye na mfie nan bia na ni ayeye ene sakraya na niam ahodo ayeye fisi ye to oba ni wi a ye sa atena se eye niam nyina wie na fe ya sa hwehye yanim de eda yanim ti ma menkwa ho no so na ye bo abeka ye nsa na no pa wuti ye nka ye mo ache
mejo so mi ni aba
na fe mi fi hia no pa yi
me fe ejura
mpacho se he
ejura
ojura mo ejura seche dumase
yeah
wow nyame ya adom a se de etie bia na rade de mbehye 7 December mo wunyina so ne say de na wugina so ato aba
mi nyina so ne mpuntudwuma aban no mienu ye hwe ye de toto ho ne ye hwe de oyeye na de ha me kakra ne mon crofo na wo Accra circle ho Dubai Ghana Dubai ho no
okay
unim se ho efe pa but omo ko tamale no obi kasa no kire mu se sa interchange nanado ena ye ma yen but Dubai ho no ba bia mo wona ho fefe no minti so bia kan de oye ya ho ye efe eno nkwa ne ade a ha me
yate nana ye boa ye da se papa ye da se pa ntino emese na ye nye yi se we na hono focus no ba se waka obi anim se kane mampani John Dramani Mahama na oye honti wakan wo mutie ombebo no sonso yeda say mame nko foforo e wo so lawyer wo ahoma no so lawyer no peye mu achen
nya ba me joso na mbom boko de
Yankopa adom mato nkan de ye wo ye papa na free he be me na
me no ye me o kan tamantu
oh okay any obehu abna pokwa wo importamu ho ba bi nti hwehwe no ma ye den na wugina so ato aba
me no na no fa de yi a odi atu da de nyame ni mukrini no atiese multimedia mo ye different mo ye sonko kra
that's it
because mami ye hu se e wo se ye hu je ntia ye koto aba na me ye ntia meto aba no ye di kan no e no be trese me ye Ghana ni so no trese me ye Ghana ni me o man bapa me tin o man ne ho na fe so me san so din se aban ho abako na me aban a otiso na me pese o san akoso eye adwuma because anya ye kra no me o free SHS me ma e so ho man to aba na saban fufuro ba no be yi ku e be amadin
me da se
me njine be ma meto aba
mo nyami show me da se papa mama fancy abatam say me one divorce mama fan di na fe me crossover okay nti andi facha me mesa ba back na fe matie o papa facha me nemo mama cross na me nko pacho hoy na ya krado abna poku ana se ebiwa abna poku ya krado e wo kantamanto ana makola yenti di abna ne Ghana foi eka
your election headquarters, the grand launcher Ekoso Ewo Obra Sport here in Accra, cycle specifically na Ewo Edi Jumedi Bremo, Yedin Komo Bebre na Efri Anopane Besis Amri, Enche ye political party reps are yetun safre wono Bobeti Wunina Enka. One of the things I beyan so and say yeah the Mobeko Accra Central UTC my colleagues me no ewo ho Abna Ahwene and Aisha Ibrahim ewo ho the ekoso ho nso no ye behwe ne yetimi e de abremo Chief Jerry Forsen ewo ha sound so na ye guest representing political parties nso aba be cancer ewo ha e de enche ye bedan won edi atre ebi free the Liberal Party of Ghana ebi free the Movement for Change, the New Patriotic Party, the National Democratic Congress. Umuyina waha enche yebeda won edi akyere won. CJ ma min say ma wakwa babio.
Mejoso.
Fantastic.
Mejoso.
So far I think it's been so very
yes good. So far it's been wonderful. Now yenkai etifo na hwefo nso say ene butai ba ko a esi eni so ene say yeba beda dwumadi ahodo a afemu ni nyina no ye de besom omo by way of our election coverage, extensive election coverage. Enti say na panedi ka boss no the various political campaigns ebekọ so and afi details of programs near there ye de bebre omo no enche bia ye bekum na fi ne de bebre mo TV so radio so online social media ni nyina no ye de abesom etifo na fi ahwefo and of course omo hwen o social media Facebook and say YouTube and other social media channels and so yabejibre na fi can some of omo comments omo dey about already yakọ Volta region akọhwe akọtie ne omanfo ewo eka and afi so yakọ northern region so enti dey be Greater Accra na fi abna puku ahwene so de ne ekoso hono no de aban enti so far it's been wonderful.
It's been good. Enti say the CJ kan enche de mbekọ Accra Central eho na abna ahwene na Aisha Ibrahim from Joy News Akabum and your man for aiding komo ewo ho it is omaye krado a yenko Accra Central na yenhwe de ekoso ewo ho
business district. You will know that the traders here are not just your ordinary traders. They are people who control multi-million cities shops, multi-million dollar shop in the central business district. So they tell me that is the kind of mindset because they normally take critical decisions for their businesses. That is the mindset that they will be going into the 2024 elections with. They say that they will vote based on issues. They will not be influenced by party colorations. They will not be influenced by politicians who sweet talk them and act less. They say they will not be influenced by the rice, the sugar, and the peanuts that the politicians normally hand over to them when it's getting to elections. So I have a number of them here. We'll be having a conversation with them. But also regular patron of the Central Business District, you would realize that there is a host of banks. There are a host of banks here. In fact, the Bank of Ghana has its headquarters in the Central Business District of Accra. All of these setups, offices that are in the Central Business District are not here just for for a reason, obviously, because of the kind of business that goes on here. So I have former workers who also have their offices here at the Central Business District. They've also joined us. We'll be having a conversation. And just as my colleague Abena said, we're doing this together. Let me start with you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Theophilus Amwa.
Theophilus, what would inform your decision, or what would influence your decision to vote in the December elections?
Okay, so thank you very much. For me, growing up as a youth in Ghana, so far the successive government and then the former government haven't met my expectations yet. Honestly, when you take issues of sanitation, that's my background. Let me start from there. When you take issues of sanitation, you come to the central of Ghana, which is Accra. As at 9 a.m., you see traffic, thinking that maybe there's a truck which is being causing the traffic. But you realize that you go and then there are huge sums of waste left. It can be 2 days, 3 days, and then this waste is causing traffic. Meanwhile, the government has contracted people, institutions to be dealing with sanitations in Accra, and then they neglect it. The government too, or the various stakeholders who are responsible to be checking all those things do not give an ear to it. So you see that we have sanitation issue. When you take the Odona and then also other areas in Accra, you realize that we have issues almost every now and then. We have issues of malaria, cholera, and other diseases which are killing the ordinary Ghanaian because we don't have money to go to the better health facilities. So therefore, we leave our sanitation abysmal just like that. That is one. And then also when it comes to the unemployment rate, which is very high in the country, we say that the youth, the politicians have made it in a way that our mothers and then our uncles and then our fathers think that we the youth, we are very lazy, and then also we want quick way to make money. Let me take for example this fraud and then scamming that the youth, most of the youth are now doing. If you think about if you have in an encounter with one or two of them, you realize that it is not just about sitting down, going to a malam to get something to do one or two things. Even some of them do not go to these malams. They sit back, they sit behind their computers, do in-depth reasoning. In there, sometimes they have to do hacking and all those things. Even convincing somebody to send you money is not an easy task, which is an intellectual property that I think that if the youth is given an opportunity to work so hard, they will do and then do best. But there are no opportunities. You go to our various universities, and then most of them now it's like the school is for fun. So you go to school, we do all sort of things, you complete, and then there's nothing for you to do. You are just left like that. Meanwhile, you've learned so much in you. There's so much in you that has to come out. But you need one or two things. You need a leader who would give you that opportunity to exhibit your intellectual property. But you realize that most of our leaders, they are not so much concerned about the next generation. They are concerned about now and then themselves. And then also, what Ghanaians do we expect? Ghanaians do not expect so much. When you take the Abraham Maslow story, for example, we need basic needs: good health, shelter, food, transportation, telecom. That is what we need. So why don't our leaders provide these basic needs for Ghanaians to ease things? But what do? They do not. They just leave us like that. Then you just have to find your way as a young person in Ghana to be what? To be successful. So for me, I think that there is more to just this election. All of us should be inclusive, from the youth to the elderly. We should be inclusive and then work so hard to make so that the effort of our great grandfathers wouldn't be in vain. Because look, even as I'm here, I want to even travel. Why should I travel?
Of course. So definitely those are the issues that will inform your vote come December. Let me pick your thoughts. What's your name?
Joseph Ofori.
Joseph, what will influence your vote come December?
Okay, greetings to your viewers. I'm expecting the government to do more infrastructure on the education system, because there are so much complaints about the education. And also I'll talk about job. They should also create jobs for the youth so that the unemployed should be less. Thank you.
So you heard there, Joseph. He says that he wants more educational infrastructure. Definitely there are a lot more people who think that there's a lot that needs to be done before they will be convinced to vote for any party that puts itself for elections. We are still here at the Central Business District. My colleague Abena is standing by, who will also be interacting with a few of them. What are the aspirations of the people? What are their desires? What are their expectations? Abena, let's hear from your side.
Yes, I have a crum see a baby, Jumania Pescadia Quacosho, Fian and Swa. Among some of the others say, Ye, Bacroma, Yan Tardia. Yabetina and Yamau Sani, that the Abaquaca Crebe, the Faka could do fear. Not as I did, the Babachan, and I was yes, I do know, and the economy so on Mampeni, as letter or Monchamaye. And I think so, a dollar and semi. Sicano was Romaye. Yabes, Omobashan on my den, or Mamma dollar number from Senebea, near my Ebabacrum, near Obia to me at Toby, near to me at another fair face, a manual for our Ghana.
And to send your man son, no be more to me, Sijina Salberto. And the other message in a palm, with Moko motivate sim a many power by Basso. Meda Siminia Bema Bako, Hameno, and one Cobanam Yamaba or by Chabemena Beme. Now, you're watching. Yeah, I feel we are about to have Diana was shedding with Diana Bet say, when we have me who into the Metuaba.
Oh, I feel the Mema is about to the main Tuaba. Mr. Matu NDs are to MPP. Omino me a pet. Edgeman, ma'am, who is cooking your Jumaya. Me am a chiba, me last born. The last one, you SS bed 3 years me, or pe ami mwako. You see him 15,000. That's an agent. I didn't hear. Or call me up a 7 my no, yeah, Jenny Blight. It's any price, it means I have 15,000 man or call me bad. It's my office obey. On the waiting for bribe, Uko soldier bribe, Uko police are bribe, Uko fires are bribe. Or man, I say, it's a my who for so be a what about whom. I buy a fina as I bribe in the bio, and this time, about two. At million more film. The mama is about the mean to a PM, some number pay. All my promises may be no more bad on my feeling.
Now, 15,000 I work and when I saw Jesus Cano.
Oh, yeah, sir. Yet of our forms failure. In the who penny bio area, also protocol. Nasco Mujini, minimum conform 18,000, oh, man, communication man. Minimum conform 18,000 each. Or no, Biscanakim. I didn't tell you from Mamma, yes, sir. So come from Roma to go to Milichi with free Air Force. That didn't know yet some air cost and pay for nobody. There goes no minimum, so my so money. Grab and toss on my modo. Grab and toss. I don't tell me to Abano, so we know me a pay.
Mate, Mamma say, na, twaso, Yabeba, Mamma, Yabeba, bra. Brana ya monitor, Brad, when was the work as a Briasa, Yabeba, Ohan is saying, Ediasem.
Me, I want to say, me, my chubby, I'm planning for Amudi and him. See, I say, I watch the Nadian, I'm a person of Catcher. Yantinia may be as one, young one your theaters to a man. Any parent theaters to doors to a man, pa, and a bola suo groom. At the end, I'm going to sabola, yet task and I'm going to sabola, my, I'm not going to my needs, and can I crumble our hire too much. One. I remember Omunchia tast. Niger 4 years by almost 1 year, Omunchia tast. And so I feel be a draw and a man of Fanomutum. Say 20 Ghana, a fidra, as I saw to patrol Munti, almost today. 5 6 normally at 2. Bibi say me man panin say me srom bebre. Say ade no mo ntua tax no mo ya wo ho no maba kuro mi ntimi mfiri mi kuro mo Ghana ha me 100% me ya Ghana ni ba me ntimi mfiri yanko bi me ntua tax because mi suro me anche e beche me na so ni je fu egu kuro mu a awo be egu kuro mu a obi antua tax me say me man panin me panin for say ti say se de na ode be siesie o man Ghana on be jiska na de ko mu kuro mu o mama be go mu siesie ska se ya bre o mu hye ya so dodo awo ba kuro mu hye ya so yenya tam omo tete ye omo mo sister omo ntuma mo jonso omo niema na efa my Ghana so saa enti ahome be ne ye boy betimi ate no manim no mo so timi aboy ho ban de toso mienu amunya me kase na se aban bia ba fitiko 4 peso o change meter aban bia ba no change meter aban bia ba no ma change meter de omo ye na kadu ba bia ye te ase se ye nte ase e de kire se wo se meter na se ye gia ye yakasa ye nkwasa ye nto ya de Ubana on one turn abeda sum. Say kofo ba ye, wodi bi ba ye. Atame asase sa. Say mpase me ka kire meter na wo say. Sa meter bi amode brand anu odi dodo. E na omo to say wutu wo ba bi edi meter ne be brem no. Wo timi tun ko ba bia. Makoto meter 20 million. Na se me sibi na me kwa. Say me di meter ne kwa na. Bi se be mpanimfo. Ene ma bi kire so ha. Omo paja omo mu no omo nkasa. Afa so abato no omo ahwe ya nto. Because someone thought too much. I'm sure I am too bad.
Me da say, Yamame Bako, Makola, and now what's in Kano election headquarters, Kokromoti Power, Aisha Ibrahim, Ewa Aisha, somewhere.
I heard you speak with the lady. She was really charged, and she says that she may not vote. I think she should vote. She should vote because it's her democratic right. Okay, so I have here with me Ohini and Michael. Ohini, what will influence your votes come December?
Personally, what will influence my vote come December is the incessant increase in the prices of rent in the country. There are a lot of accommodation problems in the country, and then so many people find it difficult to get simple accommodation, which is a basic right and the necessity of the ordinary Ghanaian. And then secondly, the prices are so high. The government wanted to do some affordable housing, but then I see that it has not been to the best of effect for the citizenry. And then so many people are finding it difficult to get rent, to get house to rent, and then also the prices are too exorbitant. So what will influence my vote is that if the rent does not come down, we are not going to vote. That is the simple issue. And then secondly, there are so many people that are going out of the country in the sense that they are the elite of the citizenry, the educated people, the educated masses, and then they are also going out of the country. That is brain drain. The country is currently facing a lot of brain drain, and then if the government does not do something about it, all the youth which are knowledgeable, all the youth who have the requisite knowledge to help the country grow will leave the country, and then that will be very detrimental to the nation. So I would urge the government and then anyone who will come after to help in building the facilities in terms of employment for the citizenry and then the youth, so that we will stop leaving the country.
That's what will influence your vote in December. So Ohini says he's much worried about the people, the young people who are leaving the country. Michael, what will influence your vote?
For me, I'm not voting. I'm not voting this.
Oh, why? You have to vote because it's your right.
Oh, no, because you've been voting, but we don't see any improvement.
If you don't vote, someone will choose a leader for you, so you definitely have to vote.
Oh, for me, I don't care actually, because if you want the youth or you want us to vote, then there should be an amendment of the Constitution.
Why?
Because the Constitution itself is corrupt. How can a president elect an EC? How can a president elect an IGP? So who checks the president? So the corruption starts from top to down. And secondly, to unnecessary implementation of taxes. There is no job. The youth are into mobile money. You brought e-levy. Fine, we didn't talk about it. So now we are into betting too. You are taxing betting too. So what do you want us to do? Look at this exchange rate steadily. Exchange rates are too high. We are in the informal sector. Buying and selling is difficult for us. Customers are complaining day in and day in, day out. So these are the things that triggers me not to vote this year, because it's always the same.
So if
it happens that you are convinced that you want to vote, what will inform your decision?
Who will vote?
What will inform your decision? What will make you vote for Party A or Party B?
Oh, if I see these drastic changes, the party that is in power, that enable these drastic changes, I'll vote for that party.
So you heard from the horse's own mouth. They say that this year's election will be issue-based. They will not allow the politicians to take them for granted. They will look at the politicians, what they present to them. They will question them. They will ask them to account to them before they take the decision to vote for whoever. They have mentioned education, they've mentioned employment, they've mentioned a whole lot of issues that will influence their decision to vote for them. Let me hand over to you, Evans and his team at the AMA office where we're launching the election headquarters. My name is Aisha Ibrahim and I've been doing this at the center of the Central Business District.
Forget about what you're
brand yen so ayewo Adom brand ya kan bom de this launch bramaye launch kese pa enye agro na yedi ndi ye Brassport e wo cycle in crime you know no joy brand so AMA 4 court e wo Accra Central na yabom e de dwumedi bremo be dey your say bon so Chief Jerry Forson yen nuanoma a free the various political parties aba bekansa so far. The leader and founder of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Abekansa Ewaha, Percival Kofi Akpalu Ewaha. Akpalu Akwaba na saying,
oh, you're not doing
Bibi Aboko.
Oh, Bibi, I'm fine. I'm voter region.
Voter region?
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Bibi, I come.
Now so far a from Boko there.
From the whole
Chief Jerry Forson one the chief may introduce other guests so from the newest sensation in town. Chief.
Yeah, and Obi Sena Odika and I pay analysis one political party and our grouping and our movement can want them movement for change and how they are going to influence the fortunes of Amalukwa Hodwa Omo Akan. And I pay we've been joined by
the movement,
a member of the movement for change. And I also have Nana. Now, movement for change, the butterfly movement.
The new sensation in town. Movement for change, a political movement and a political group. Yera Alan John Kojo Tremantin and a DNM. Na yedie yabasa yebeye ensatrae say mujumedi shasi ya mo hosti omo interview omo ni kasa even some few minutes ago ya mama Matias said they are tired of the duopoly of the NDC and the NPP, and if that be the case and the NHS a movement for change yabeye if you say yedi nyomapa any as asabda Ghana for APT asamu a yebetimi ayo ensem ni bi wo ha obeka na say ni a obeye no any asem but we dey utie abo ensem no yebetimi ayeso there are practical recommendations that is just towards the change that we all seek to have.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, meda was opening on free movement for change. Movement nimu and attraction and common. Then we'll be looking into some of the issues and discusses that now programming and afimuinano yawo edema for near T4. Ma yen cross it over obi na yen ko ekuya buachiwa yadom. Why crado ewo circle hanu ya oni omanfo do no din komo na fe yaje omo so adwenche enti ekuya se otemenka den na ekoso
Circle. Afi Pinu any Aduonu 9. Kokromoti Power, your election headquarters. Adom TV, Adom FM, Asempa FM, Isha FM. Yani affiliate stations ahoro aka sani afibia ye yeno na afi so ya hye bossa ye be yeno no. Abusua ba bia ye dure. E wosa ye ne Ghana fo twetwe nkomo na ye bisa bon. Afi no abayi wo beto. Wo to akohin. Die so na wugina to aba afi mu. Eye se we ye minua mifiri hanti meto. Anade na wo hwe so. Abusua ye nkasa nche wo hwa na ese ade enchin ye obi e kwa adwuma eso wo se nkomo no so eba eja machi Adom TV Adom FM
yenya
afi wo beto aba no
beto aba pa
dia so na abegina to aba
megina ade mienu so mi nkoda ma wo mo me hwe mo sitini ene bibia wo mo kono megina so ato aba megina current situation so ato aba
nti wo ka se current situation so begina ato aba die na abehwe ahokyiri wom ti mesesa da bi mehu ne se wiase nti se ne mepo no
oh ahokyere ne de e wo ba bia but de ne de different o say ye wo emu e wo jollof uto jollof wo sekra different uto jollof wo nima agya nchen a eno say different ahokyere aba no global ba yenye de Ghana de no mpinifo no mo buya bro too much omu ndwe ho omu dwe omu nkwa mo ho na ye se ye ka se be dom ichi a kuro we ye bebutu ye mpese be ba nsu sa ye wo se bi se o Ghana de ye wasumdwe mpinifo ni de hu ye no mo anhwe ni ya ye ka che obu na ye giso a mo be dwane kuro we mu serious
bas enunti na yen multimedia ye si Kokromoti Power o ka chobo ya u chobo ye Kokromoti unim sa e se no na wo de be kire nipa ne se da bi wo ne ya waye minti mesesan ni obeba so anya mesesan enu ni u chobo na wo chobo
da bi chobo a me kire enu ne Kokromoti nkwan o chobo we I say ya to abewie party A awi ni party B say ompene onje mu chobo ni be ye djuma
ma ye da se eja ma me komini abema so mini abema me mo official pa
afen komra beto ye
boko de
nyame Adom nyame
2020 uto aba
beto aba pa
baby a wo choko ye no afi wu ne se hwa na mesan akọ ana me Kokromoti no Power mesesa no
asemo ebeden baby a me to call 2020 the ebeden se sameko ebio be ye hwe aban wo be 10 months so me de mi sakra ne me sakra mu de a hwa na sambeko Sama sakram de ne de betre be kofro
dia so na wo hwe ya 2020 o de to call baby a wo to call ye no e na chese hu ne se da bi me ade no me hu ade kro papa nti mesesa
de tie ne se 2020 de na hwe aban we ba in the first step na ombom hu modin ye pa hwe free CHS ne me kan se na ko ni ada policies o mo de ba na ebo IT ma enya rehyiemu se eniom second term ni mapa no ma sha ase ne emom kwan no me do mo nto aso beta fi second term by say na de ani hu no ana de ani ye face say omo ba be toa first term de no from ba ye ntesa second term de o ma ye de ma basa poto ya hwe anim say career shuffling kran ko be ne de da bet ene say watwen ana no ya no so I shuffling ahwemre ya ke ya subscribe mpa no mbetimi de aba enti ano na ama afi na hwe ya na ya sese fi baby a na ejina 2020 no
medase mini abema medase pa ma me nko mini abema isoso mini abema me ma wache e ma wakwa aba
ocho ye frame me Kofi so mfi Central Region Gomwa Adintim
Kofi 2020 to aba ocho no nkran ha na ato
eto no nkran
ya afi so obeto baby ato call 2020 e hwa na abeto akwa
sa eka nana ya ojima ene team no ewo Ashanti region Kumasi no a ye de ne ekoso ho bia no ye de bebro shene so say we are live on Adom TV so and Adom 106.3 FM Asempa 94.7 FM and Insura 104.5 FM and afi adomonline.com social media platforms ni nyina no obetimi ahwe yen wo so na afi wo commentator ebejebre na akenkan e dia ma o hyene so dwumadie ahodo nyina no enche bia ebebubo so e dia ma yen kokuma se na na ogima ene team na e crowd na na so mame ene de dwumadie nyina e di fi e de bro across yen platforms ni nyina enti o hwen wa Adom TV so o tie enka wa Sempa 94.7 FM Adom 106.3 FM Inshira 104.5 FM Ukuma oye Obra Sport ote sedede bi omachia sani ID card tuja no ene the friend say House of Folk Accra House of Folk supporters yeah demonstration Obra Sport ha kwame kuma circle ha enti oti dede wo machia na say omonyomo no na ekoso police presence Obra Sport hanom very huge. Na say approach from Mohano, one more doors papa on Babeshe, Nafi, one more aboban. Ma Yema Henry Nana Buache, our national organizer for the ruling New Patriotic Party, Memano Akwaba. Nanabi, Akwaba, Afishapa, how many of them? Let me have over there. The Yamiase. But I answer na share some of the issues about up and near afie vote and be so at over the years one monitor the election coverage, the multimedia group, especially account brands, you know. Then I become after home because and then they launch our coverage for 2024. Over the years, who your coverage saying?
Mame encha obi mencha ahwefo na mencha multimedia mpanimfo dwumadie dwumadie aboaye pa sania mosiafa abatuo bia no edam akoma so na mode eho dawubo no eba na Ghana fo nyina ne hu ne ekọ Ghana fo nyina enti dwumadie nase motu mu ho asi honom se Ubebodahu na abua ama elections nso no bia hu ne ekoso no eso ani sese empembebre ni se pintem beba ewa abato mu a eya na misinformation etise mutum hu si wo se ne ekobia no mode hu dwumadie eho da ubo ni nyina eba na sese fata betimi aka se over the years say ye ka multimedia titu the account brand no mujumadi amu die ede boa eya abato a yetu bia sometimes ya na nye Ghana abato nkwa me hu ni se mo stand kra ekọ eye political parties no say ye to aba
yes
say ye di adwuma bi say ne musi tum hu si ho eba ebebo ye chidom kwa na efekeke. And I think over the years you've been spectacular and abua ama eni die sunku a Ghana nyina wo ma aye multimedia no epeja pa etimeka se afin so no me se mpese mu hye mu kena afin so mu pese mu do mu suko na mu dwumadie no mu trem. And I think say as a political party, the New Patriotic Party, I'm also pledging our support. Say emre bia mu hia ye say yenso ye meta mo china mu ndi mu dwumadie say ne bema mu dwumadie na konkan no me gina the New Patriotic Party mu ehye mo bose ye de sa ye beta mo chino ye mfa ni ago e ade a ye de ebesi honom say ne be Ghana nyanso be hu say as a political party ye tie eye multimedia mochi mu dwumadie mu di die Esumbo at the Magana Pa.
All right. Madam say Nanabi, and I think I'll give Nanaya and Kofi the same opportunity to tell us over the years quite Sanya Muhu election coverage, the multimedia group and then the account brands in particular. Nanaya.
I mean sir Ghana had here about 20 the educative informative aspect of it multimedia group Mebo Mabaso. Na Mebo Mabaso no na mebo the account group no Mabaso kesi. If you say me say nipa dodo na wo aman nim no kasa ye nyina ye ka no eye akan kasa eno na dodo na etiase na mo fato mo ho so edni abotre echrechere nsemu ema nipa etiase yie enyo man bia ne benya ne sa se wo hwa one of your top points are your core international negotiations they attract international organizations any investors political stability.
Yes.
And we cannot talk about political stability without the multimedia, especially the Akan aspect, because nipa no etin sem na se na omuhunu ne ekwa na omugina so e dey take decisions na de bia ye kan na ye de okro ya friend Rwanda eye emfato ho ye se eye asema obi kokan ya wan kan yi na de saa to ye nkyem no eye den ebre wo mo nti sema fato ho so se de bia mo de nkyerehyremu ene saa information no beto abontin amanipa nyina Ghana fo nyina atiase ehunu ne ekọ ene ne eba na mo benya abotren so akyerehyremu so dia ene na of course our elections we cannot pride ourselves with political stability without multimedia. Yeah, but my idea over the years onunua obi ene the winya ne baby ko nyaming fa no kra kaba I mean so born homodin kese yenyua ba ebiwa ene me ankasa menua oman komna sante ene omo maka nyina mo technical team my idea nyame shramo mo management so I don't think you could do this without the support of more management. Nyame shrawo mo na mo nkoso anye na senia mo faso emma yemfa ne se mo ma the duopoly of your political system no em manipulate mo no e be koso se mo nkoso nye ne sa na mo ma afufo akwanya na omonda nia omunim ene nia ewo mo trim omo vision for the nation. Continue to give everybody the platform and the opportunity to submit to Ghanaians.
Okay. I'm saying the 5 broad areas are so your coverage for this year to educate and to sensitize. To ensure social political inclusion. And also to provide platform for campaigns. And then we are also going to do analysis, reviews, and gender discourse and projections. And then engage in post-election agenda setting for peace. I am back to what you know. You want to say, you be declare swearing in and anybody actually a chance sembia into me and banasum driano ebetimi
and I say the motion so come up the edikan and 9 edikan was rule nyina see it me year peace no it would come in its natural sense oh say obi enya satin kase yesi no so obi enya satin kase eba ne saying na MPP enya sa akunya NDC enya sa akunya na enya sa akunya no na wontwi emfa wontwi ama oh yesi edidija animu na nenam ena muna so ba na so mbota ekire nti to be able to plan strategically say mube achieve all of these objectives automatic peace will naturally follow.
Okay.
You better must. Why idea?
Right. Me that's a pa. Kofi, me ba ho no but Nana Boache and Nana Ojima I Krado Ewo Kumase, which happens to be the stronghold of the NPP. Enti ma Yanko Kumase magazine. Na afe yanko fani omanfo ya onomo ewo asante mantema hinku Kumase eka enfamro right here ewo election headquarters Nana Boache and afe Nana Ojima ya Krado a muso mame then eko so a bit of technical challenge into a tomupe Kumase for ebesum na fe ni omanfo eka no ye de no so nyina the abroad into Nanabi my member of Hansana Makukufo Yakov Volta which happens to be the stronghold of the NDC Yakov Northern region Yabakra Yakov Makola and Yabaseko Hanum. We are in the Ashanti region more stronghold an increase in votes Nyama ye wa Ashanti region muju say omanfo no say ko mo se sia no mo kasa omo de akomatoyem ene akukuduro Ebeka say MPP amayoko no maye adwuma ɛwɔ mantam ha enti yɛsan ato aba ma mo na 8 no ampɛ sɛ mu break no matumi break yɛbɛhu ne bi saa.
Oh yes. Mame nka sɛ adwuma a yɛayɛ wɔ Ashanti region no hyiye ebi si da sɛ wofa in the area of roads ɛno na Asanteman yɛbisa paa in terms of request demands for development ɛyɛ akwan a yɛayɛ wɔ ɛyɛ Ashanti region Kumasi ne Mpatam no ɛsɛ wɔn yɛn sɛ kakyɛ and for me I keep saying say demand now still ɛɛba no kyerɛ sɛ ampa yɛyɛ biribi a ɛyɛ because na no ɔbo ase kwan na nka wontumi mfa wɔ koraa wokɔ na woduru anyankwanta a wokɔ kɔfa bɛkwae na wɔkɔ akɔfa fɔme no ansa na waduru adanse aso kwa na waduru makɔ dunkwa kwan na nyɛ sɛ wohwɛ atɔ nso tu ɛyɛ bosomtwe kwan a because na no a yɛkɔ ɛyɛ bi wɔ hɔ na yɛ Samson Kenya Micha asɛ the following time ɛsɛ akɔ ɛyɛ wɔ hɔ na yɛ education minister na yɛgu kwan so yɛbie mu ɛsɛ wɔne mea no de bia metaka sɛ mede me ho yɛwura palukwa de sɛ wa contest years parliamentary ɛwɔ Manhyia Pɛn Bokroma State. It started as one of the biggest estates in Africa. Baby, I never go to ne A line pe, and ne kofa B line, kofa C line, kofa D line, Rome. Kenya se kwan ya na no na me pa cho se me so mo fan to aso kwantoa. Akwan ya ye e wa Ashanti region no. E se woni se kache na yet nipa no still na e pa kwan mo. In fact, so far in Pomodin hospitals are projects in Kwaya was until 33, including Agenda 111. One district, one factory. Ashanti region, Kwanu Chefa, Ayanyawum, now about 33 factories. It is a far in Puntu Juma and near Juma Yawa Ashanti region party. Now, I can also say,
Okay. Nanabi, ma yanko Kumasi na yanko yese ni awukan sana manfo no so wamu hunu ho no ma enti na boache ene na ne awjema aye crowd Kumasi Swami magazine na o ma crowd no ma yanko na fe yanko hwe dia ekoso enti na ne awjema ne na ne aboache ma crowd a
e wasante mantem ya emprempre wo kokromoti power so Adom TV yegyina mu e wo Swami magazine na aha no se wo ba bon beka se e industrial area ene importers dodo na omo kraka ho niema etonton efitafo dodo na eye adwuma wa ha ye bo api wo mo no mo abonkomo abusa wo mo de o mbegina so ato aba ewo afimpino ene aduonu nan menua nana ya ojima ewo menche ma menko de nche na menti abakosem kakra
ka some magazine asema baby very very important when it comes to election some magazine were about 50,000 artisans any traders omujina adwuma wa ha enti dan nipa about 50,000 and enhwehwemu extra omunyina ba ha ebepe omo anu aduane enti very very important say ba election any abato ne amanyosemu very important because directly obia ba ebetna Ghana adwaso nea oye no affect omo directly omo ye importers na ebiem omo say production another manufacturing ewa ha enti wohwema na say aha ehu hia pa mind you not long ago John Dramani Mahama odeni ebepie mu wa ha one artisans ewo Swam magazine ene empanyufo ewa ha no ebehwehwe nkomo ebehwe niema pote ya muhia se enka oyema omo ebeboa omo ewo omo dada dwadim eno ntina ne kokromoti power ye launch no yeso de abepie mu ha a yebetie sani pay wana no asem ene niema ebe influence omo vote when it comes to the 2024 general elections menua kwadwoben enso why ready crowd a one nipa no bi gina ho ebehwehwe nkomo ewo asama mekan niema ebeboa a influence omo vote when it comes to the 2024 general election
enam say abatwo ye to edi prempun 20 timamufo do na ewo senti a omugina so edi to aba ye wo Swami magazine se de bedi kan bo ho amane no ma be mu se menua die ogina so edi beto aba ewo afimpino eni edunu na mu akwa ba de ba do
That's minia.
Na afisa beto aba.
Oh, meto aba na enso so gi said ya me hwehwe ni hu ansa na metimi ato aba.
E di na hwehwe.
And say from 1996 ana so am here ya ato aba ba bi sisadri. Ya di eti so am here yintu kwan ko ba bia yinim de wo to krum ne ba bia. Na so bi aba e wo politicians ma ye from delegate. Minnim wo mko promoting said wo mu de ne sitie. Wo mu no koto aba ni amu muska. Anyi ono so na de sani pana wakoyi no ko aban mu. Na me de ne ko aban mu no. Me ye ma me hwe. Ti afi wo ya party AO, party CO, party KO. Wo de anya na me hwe wo. Wo no wa mpi kuro na wo so ame no. Maje 100 million 50-50. Enti sa amento.
Corporate power. Electorate back was say delegate for city onko promotino edru wa esukoko wono de obeje 100,000 Ghana cedis mame ko we na ba so aba fi
o pani mus ma den chen sem pani fo na wo man mu afa yet mam fo say toys mu fa nya hwe from kwam kuma bless ntu hwe ase na wa se Ghana ye no kure ni o manu pani fo no ye o own business they don't care about us sell them to for be kind o mo fa ye ho na wo de o mo nya san chiri ma ba next generation be 10 years o mbe hu de besi
ne ti afi untu aba na
oh aba no mento because maybe NDC MPP me who they call. There's no need for me to vote. I'm against channel.
Vote about say or no dia ban wa bre. To want to mame ko papa ho ono no we chief vita wa hapa mo akwa baba do.
Ya koronto.
Afi ye to aba.
Ya da masi we din ka chia motiefo ansa. Na ya da masi wona so ma be pie na ase. Said ye mo ni ye betwetwe nkomo no. Abato asema wo kan de. Sabi wa bibi o ye o pese ye to aba because ye to aba since 96 said ye menu aka ye no ye gina so gusu se ye to aba ye kire ya dwene se ne ye be ye o man no e be kuyi na nyame anim ye hwe ene ye ma da dia na nsan NDC for be politics ru a se e hye me nkura se me to aba ma NDC amento because o monum asem no en hye nkura because entimi ma se me fam na me wo me nyina ye wo party ba ko se ye tie bia nsan ye be ye dai enti na tem ni die ne nsem wo bekeka ne ha na enkyere enhye me nkura se me ka se me to aba ma NDC kura na meto because wo monum asem no so mwa di kan no omo monum asem entwa yi because sabio ba wo me oye me busuani amepe sa na mahama so yem busuani a manage ana minti men ka se sabio metimi ato aba ma omiyo no ye de ameto aba ba but ye fa na sa atem di die ne sa kind of politics na enhye nkran ema abato ana me hunu say NDC ni MPP no akoye one mother one father omienu dware support ba akon eti wotu abama we ya we be transfer abrabo obebo no the same thing ana onso bebo
mame enya mu ema minua nana ya ono so eni penfo do na egia fa omudi nkomo
na ansa na ye bewie ne ye no Som magazine aha no ye nya mpanyimfo mienu ye ka movers and shakers of Som magazine a mpanyimfo nso ka ho papa entietiemu eden na mo hwehwe ni mu se nia omo stand election ombe ye beboa adwuma mo ye ewa hai
yo ye frame Anthony Use Chan Smido General Secretary pa asemo ya ubisa ye me depa nanso ka o ma me kwan ema me ka bibi fa Smido ye nhihye ye ne ye industrial park na ye no ho a
eno se packaging for enti de ye ni sa niam ba influence mo vote no
ya ne ye kan se magazine de wo hwe parties ni mienu a NDC ne MPP nyina wo ma neglect ye ni asese o mo dwen ho ne se Ashanti region aye wo no aka only magazine and a surviving industry ewa nanso ya hwe the two political parties no so mo boa ye ne o mo ya kwan bia so hwe enamosi ye ko modern as say bi campaign technology ne normal ya hwe se wo matima Badwam magazine beka se magazine for ye be so masene amma modern technology and electric cars na ebe electric cars ye hunu de wo mo ye ne mo to Smido ni mo to hu anamo adenchi na mo ma Smido near no monka mum near electricals no and she said ye be electricals iba ye bet me abua ayebie nanso we a wo mu de wo mu parties no kwa no mo dwen ani wo mu said ye wo mu ebenya nkoso enti yesra mo monka nkyere wo mu say electricals na eba no wo mu mra ne ani wo mu nya
enti ne papa so kan no digitalization no ebi nu so magazine enti almost say
right we are back from Kumasi ohona na ojima and Nana Boache, Wamo, any Oman for Nodona, Twitch, and Como. What is any agent? No, a Quantan Beconana Nabi, a Kania, Abino, Aye, Ashanti region, and Kumasi for that matter. But Utia, as a different Kakama for instance, Kumasi Swam magazine, and Honum being the only industry, and industrial area, Kumasi, meaning senior. Nana be ever responded to that, and then I can come to Kofi Akwaleno and also Asantini of Kumasi. Maba also. Nana, what's your concerns are? If free Asantimantem, Kumasi to be precise. Eba, what did you tell me? How can Sabino Ayo Kumasi to say?
Oh, CJ, sir, I'm the money nipa baby and son 9 and now largely no more about Swam magazine Hunsen. Swam magazine, because yeah, campaign call at the back home with 2 and in Panay or inner roots. And Yamicha, you do so inner roots no at the Ama.
Unim said at the back this year during our coverage, and he said, yeah, ma amayo fono and ma mechanism. We are going to be doing serious. I heard that, but fact checking in the and for instance, one me okay says Swami inner roots near the Nomaya.
In fact, the main Swami road Nankasano. I idea you be Nancy it's a congestion crack a crab. Say, oh, Drew Swami. Now, post office, or trap post office.
Yes.
You see that we are even expanding the road there. Idea, and then some portions of inner roads in the Honoma MCA. So you can always cross check. Near Openiba Kaya, Menendebaya drain, and it's a no crack, and they electric cars, Eba. In fact, and medical crack a home something. What's a technology I had bano? It should also be part of it. Say, yadi omo say, how are we also building the electric cars industries? No, I was say yetimisha for us. That is why na yenumbi krana ye car say yes emission levy no yam fan talk akra because ye nyan MBA electric cars industry ye nyan MBA munko ye. It means happening in the adwin. Sa adwin che say no eboa. But say ye can Kumasi as a whole. Any development akoso Kumasi. Na ye can school, ye can suapomo, ye can promoting and once a month. We have done far better than Abambia Ababetanso. And that is in terms because a 100 year a limited kaka so magazine yako. You need to pay 9 akasa.
Yes.
It is a woodie will be concerned or specific electric cars. Now I think I can agree with the person. It's okay. Now the same about Basso at the Bihu. Adiba Koswa, Menhu, or multimedia, mankind. Behaving said, your human resource capacity is massive. Sometimes it took Mutimura, a copen some nebano. Ayana, any so. Because Sabigana and Young Kran Kumasi. It is a Utimuku Rami Krum such a copa samba, Utimuko Hamley copa samba, Utimu Roma coach upon the copa samba. Nanso mu ni pa ho no ma ni pa de sa report ne bana I think say a idea also ye bomo baso ho and say ye hwe Ghana nyina aba ne to ba bia eti mu human resource capacity no say e wo form a emwa and I can say over the years you have shown say more that massive human resource capacity amutimi rua ba bia and I'm very sure this year you are even going to deepen it as well.
That's it. Henry Naboache and Ote and Kano. Kuvi, my member also free Kumasi, and we are just coming from Kumasi. Yane Oman for no train and common issues are almost erased and Afenian and Nabi. Do you see, Sir Abano, Etimi Aye Juma, Ewo Kumasi, and the Ashanti region, the new patriotic party, one more strongholds, and then maybe there are chances this year. Kuvi,
chances. Some winning election.
In the Ashanti region, almost stronghold.
We know Ashanti region. Oh, Sunday, Omunu will be a Shedan Pre on Ashanti region, and the Ukofa scientific area, Media Bakra, Ashanti region, there. Uti Kofonum Kasan. Uti Omuya. Oh, no, Sunday different. What I say, I don't know. Even the Yana no come was him. Say, was say, the electric cars, I'm being with you, Mamma, and I'm being with my mom. Santa Regina, very difficult. Sir, LPG, for instance, a bit me away no Ashanti Regina, very difficult to my but you will get a lot of votes from there. You bring more votes from Ashanti Region, but it will be difficult to say CTS is about winning Ashanti Region. I know we will not say that.
Okay.
But development said they work on. Because but we in Ashanti Region we need more. We need more development.
Okay.
Because Masa, also now guy na kano or kind of jumasem. Kumasa forum business, trading. So that's it. It's ne dollar never for money. Na baby auto na the environment need. Now we Germany better idea. I don't hear home. It's na Masa mama can you na so obuso manu to wasi masa. Asam na fena mastati. Minya hiti. Okay. Asante beja asam ne ka here development pa. Here development. Obi Kromo.
See ya wa hanya on the presidential aspirant.
Yeah. Obi Kromo. Mosianso. Ena asuni no me na midwife e wa asuni. Eti efrem patu mu ba besena kono. Ene hia kose ne mo ne sampotomo no. Yakwan. Ase yasoso mu but e be se mu awie maye. Yeah, papa. They say, then I be one national organizer. Ashanti region, Hosukamu, Mosianso, Patuam, Ahrewa, so about Manchia, Nemonia, Yaquino, he said, Ombe, who be a member, he will say, Oko, Miri Kromwa, a Yabosum Chindia, and Okana, Tonsu Kusi, Bosom Chino, a quantity of mine in the first class. Okay. By here be sure. Obi Kromo. Okay. How do you hear before? I was Obi Emma Thompson. I say, yeah, quite a but na member honum. But did say as a country, say, Betwa baby anwa. I am not, sir, I am Shishano ho. Say, Basabasayo, ABC. Ya said, say, Besha say, Abatuano processes leading to the election. And about one market, and then even after about one, ebeye asumje, your responsibility, media for more political parties, the Electoral Commission, security agencies, ubia ewo duty and juma say odi to make sure say about one ebeye peaceful. Ma member hodum na yenhwe. Then I say to make sure say about 2024 elections no a bit me peaceful now on mine no basa bia ensim na
medase na abato ni mu nsensem no eya na de bia no de ebeboa eni se bibie ni bedadi pefe ama obi ehunu ne eko eni ne ewom se yenko kan obi nhye na the level of intimidation and that holding on to information say na to me share nsem ye ne wo ho kwan say ye beye nwoma bi obi ntimi nka bi mo be kan so ye ntie san nwoma ni nyina wo say yetimi ye ho adwu. The Electoral Commission has a huge responsibility. Now omo de no it comes hand in hand with your media. For political parties non to any political players. They be the American say omokoka na media no man fa beto abontia obi nkote e ma semomba. Electoral Commission edin hihye pa eto akwam na omutie obia ano asem na omode ye adwuma na oma nkoka se omonko na nyansan gu omutrim na omoboa e ma the stakeholder consultation no more and wider. na obia itimi kan ne da na koma so ne ne odwin se eba eya ebeboa.
Okay.
Na na ye kan kuma se ho asem ani se abato no ebekọ no. Biya se Ashanti region obi intimi mfa ne nsem si ne bongaza ye ne dia.
So imuache
wo hwe adwumadi a ekọ so emre bi a movement for change ekọ ye work wo ho ne nipa domatu edi echi ani nia amanfo no hwehwe na tumus Ashanti region enye obi adia
okay
ye be ye ho adwuma
okay
na ansa na yura alan ebi fra bem so be kaya or the World Bank delegation because yura asante hinewo efa Greater Kumasi Industrial Park any specialized zone
okay
all of these projects eya edi adwuma eneba me can be see magazine for asema mo kan so because they played a very vital role in bringing 5 or 6 huge automobile industries in the Badwam. They played a very vital role. And yebeti omo ebeboa.
All right.
Because juma no mo ye ene nkofo no mo form adwuma mu. Omo nsako ma no. Nti nia omo de betu ye nima ebeboa ama omo adwuma akoso. Ama sika abom botom ama abotoye aba no.
Medase papa yebre no enti MC de bisa na bi ensuring peace within the election and even after the election. But Mamini can say, make political parties were the National Democratic Congress, the Deputy General Secretary, Mustafa Bande, or Penny say about Bekaya, but Yaka say, Untimi Ebeduha, Ebeno so asked to say, rep NDC rep wahanoma na enchemu eno no yadoma papa
madam Ashanti region
obi ebe join me Philip Osebunsu
Ashanti region sabe enye experiment ne kwakoye ewo abatu look Ashanti region would want to make sure say there's a precedent from the MPP sabe yen konkoye say ye kwakose vote na ye de akoba bia yenim say presidency intimi fi homa and I think that Ashanti region is clear in his mind say nyame ya adomo a eye MPP and eye bo machidom na omanya dodo no makomanim MPP na ye a lot of these development agenda ni nyina no e de ama eye
movement for change bomu hu e wa Asante mountain
say movement change kwa de e gana na bi kwa na sha say e mo me hu ba kokra and me opposition am sha say am de adwuma
Philip Osebunsu obi e ba be join me na fe ya wrap up na afi officially ya launch 2024 election coverage wo account branch higher election headquarters enti Philip Osebunsu but you sorry na fe ya wrap up Filippo good show enti team no ebeba yes na afi officially
ka workshops no nke begu esan say any mo bia na ye individual no obi ade ne pe na ye the ope
all right
anytime I bet bia
and from all of us ye do bia say some be kan ho e wo transport nti on behalf of my guests on mobile and a team both here on grounds and a former Mo studio and a election headquarters and on behalf of Obiano we declare your election headquarters 2024 election coverage duly launched. Yado BBRC. Kokomoti power. Yado BBRC. Yado BBRC.
Mayam. Magazine